I mean, if I fight, once again, if I fight a guy 10 years younger than me, he don't have enough experience. If I fight somebody my age, he's too old. If I fight a guy moving up in weight class, he's too small. I'm always in a no-win situation. Only thing I can do is go out there and keep kicking ass.
We don't know what the future holds as of right now. Anything is possible. If the fight do happen, it has to happen on Showtime, pay-per-view only, and Mayweather Promotions have to do the fight. Absolutely, it's a possibility. You know, we really can't say what the future holds. But as of right now, I want to go home, take a break, spend some time with my children, and then see who's next in May. Hopefully it's Manny Pacquiao.
There you have it. New words from Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Beebs, that little audio from Mayweather, you know, it doesn't seem too far away. It doesn't seem, you know, as if it was something in the distance. I mean, this fight is really starting to come together, and there's some strong possibilities. Obviously, I know how you feel, and you're upset, and I think that rightfully so. You know, this has always been a very touchy subject, this Mayweather versus Manny. You know, you can never be in the middle. There's a divide amongst boxing fans, you know, and you're either on Mayweather's side or you're on Pacquiao's side, and I think that's for one unfair. Clearly, you can be on the outside looking in and see that one guy continuously has maintained an undefeated record. One guy has continuously outsold everyone else in boxing. Oscar De La Hoya versus Mayweather was 2.4 million. Canelo versus 2.2 million. Anything other than that, between 800 and a million. With Cotto, I believe it was 1.5. So there should be no question as to who is the A side in all this. Any average boxing fan would know that. And when you come out in the public, as Pacquiao has, and you say that, you know, you'll take whatever amount of money, obviously we're not idiots. So the people that call here, please don't act like one. We understand it cannot be a low ball offer. We understand that. We understand that Pacquiao is worth some money. But let's talk about that worth, Beeb. Not too long ago, Floyd offered him $40 million. Is he still worth $40 million after a knockout loss to Marquez and a loss controversially to Timothy Bradley? You tell me.
Well, people realize, and everyone involved in making this fight and putting it together realize that, yeah, he is worth more than $40 million, because the fight is going to do 3 million pay-per-view buys, and he's going to be a big part of that. We all know that. But the big problem here, and this is the big problem that I've had for a long period of time with the Bob Arum side, the Top Rank side, the Manny Pacquiao side, is you have so many people talking in that camp, and everyone's telling a different story. Now, Manny Pacquiao is the boss. The fighter is the boss of everything. He you know, the promoter works for the fighter. The fighter doesn't work for the promoter. So when you have a guy answering questions and deferring every answer to his promoter, that's an issue, number one. And number two, when you have a guy that's saying he's agreeing to everything, he's going to take whatever they offer me, I'll fight for free, I'll fight for charity, and we all know that's not possible because he's got to pay other people that are working alongside him, you know, the trainer and the promoter and the managerial team and all that. We already know that. But at the end of the day, he could still pay all those people. But he's got to be the one to step up and say, I want this fight, make this fight. I don't care, Bob. I like the offer, make the fight. Because if he's going to stick to his guns and saying he's agreeing to everything, then there shouldn't be no counter offers to the offers that Mayweather is giving him. So, you know, let's just make the fight happen. Let's everyone be on one page here on that Top Rank side. You got Michael Conte saying one thing. You got Freddie Roach saying another thing. You got Bob Arum saying another thing. And Freddie Roach is the trainer. Why is he taking a managerial role in this? Why is he the one being interviewed and being asked questions in terms of getting this fight made? All the other big trainers in boxing, when they're asked about, you know, things of that nature, they say, oh, hey, you know what? I'm just here to train the guy. Whoever they put in front of him, I'm going to prepare him to fight that guy. Freddie Roach takes an active role in trying to make managerial decisions when he doesn't have the authority to do so. Because Bob Arum, if you heard my interview, saying that Manny Pacquiao is not going down to 140, contrary to what Freddie Roach has said. And Michael Kontz says a different story about the deal that's on the table, that they're talking. And then Bob Arum is saying, hey, guess what? The other side hasn't come to the table yet. So which one is it? Is Kontz right? Are they talking? Is Arum right? Are they not talking? If they're not talking, then how can a counteroffer be made? I just don't understand this. So it's just when I feel like it's time to give that side the benefit of the doubt, this type of stuff happens where you have a lot of the contradictions and a lot of the mayhem in that camp. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of Mayweather as a person. Again,
let me interrupt.
Wait, let me just finish this. Let me just finish the sentence. Let me just finish the sentence. I just
want to give the people these facts that you're talking about because you're speaking.
I'm gonna tie that together in about a second. What I'm trying to say is I'm not the biggest fan of Mayweather as a person, but at least that side is consistent. Whenever someone speaks out of line over there, Mayweather puts the gag order on him and says, "Hey, you don't talk like that." Now, as you were trying to allude to, what I'm referring to is that article on Ring Magazine today, ringtv.com, that I read that Bob Arum, the Top Rank side, allegedly put an offer forth to Mayweather. Mayweather said, hey, this is the offer that I want, because, again, the A side makes the offer, the B side doesn't make the offer. So they got Mayweather's offer, allegedly, and now they're trying to counter-offer his offer. Now, again, why are they counter-offering? I don't know what the offer is, but again, it's still, I'm just assuming here that it's better than anything that Manny Pacquiao has ever had in his career, okay, in terms of monetary purse or whatever. Now, Pacquiao himself has said money is not an issue. So if it's 50 million, 60 million, whatever it is, then money's not an issue, then hey, you know what? Make the fight, Manny. That's all I'm saying. Do I know exactly what that offer is? No, but I'm sure it's better than the 40 million that he was previously offered, because there's a lot of people involved in trying to put this fight together. Okay, so I think it's a big part of this is the pay-per-views. Obviously, the guarantees are probably going to already be set because the networks and CBS or whatever is putting up the money for the guarantees. I think the big stickler right now, and I'm just assuming here, is the pay-per-view divide, the split. And I venture to say maybe Mayweather wants 70-30. And Pacquiao's pushing for 60-40. I think it should be 65-35. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to finish my thought before I lost it.
I'm sure anything that Pacquiao's pushing is, according to his peoples, they're probably telling him, we need to go for a better split or whatever. But the facts that I wanted to give was, for one, credit Lem Satterfield for getting the interview with Michael Kuntz, and the quotes coming from Michael Kuntz, who is Pacquiao's manager advisor, and he is the one alleging that there is, negotiations in place, and that he is corresponding through Bob Arum, and Bob Arum is dealing with Floyd's group through Top Rank. Okay, so here go the actual quotes. Manny Pacquiao was updated this morning, which was yesterday, the 31st, on ongoing negotiations for a potential May 2nd bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr. According to Pacquiao's advisor, Michael Kuntz, we're still in negotiations with Floyd's group through Top Rank. I spoke to Manny this morning. I gave Manny what is perceived to be a counter offer from the Mayweather people, said Kuntz, who then referred to Top Rank CEO Bob Arum. Now, Beeb, we'll stop there because this is something that you were touching on, and it's the counter offer. Again, and that's what I spoke about in the beginning. There's been one guy consistently doing what he was supposed to be doing at a world-class level, and there's another guy that, while he is world-class, has suffered some setbacks both in the ring and in pay-per-view numbers. Now, I know that you said earlier that this fight is still worth a lot of money, so Pacquiao is worth more than the original 40 million. But I kind of want to go back to that and say it sounds a bit unfair for him to be getting more than 40 million when he took a devastating knockout loss. And while he's made a pretty good comeback, if not beautiful comeback, that's kind of saying that a loss doesn't matter and Mayweather's undefeated record doesn't matter.
Well, this is the problem. Again, I think the guarantees are set because the guarantees are being put up by CBS. I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. Munez, I think his name's pronounced, or Munez.
I think it's Moonves.
Moonves. I apologize to Mr. Moonves because I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. But he's the guy putting up the majority of the money. I'm guessing. I can't say for sure, but he's the main man over at CBS. I guess Showtime and CBS are going to be the lead promoters in this. They're going to be the guys that are going to be very integral in putting this fight together. So they're going to be putting up the brunt of the money, so to speak. Okay, so they're the ones that are probably going to divvy up the guarantees, and I'm sure Mayweather's going to get upwards of 100 million or more, and Pacquiao maybe in the $60 million range. Okay, so $160 million up front. That whole the Dubai offer, whatever the hell it is, that 110 million for Mayweather and was 80 for Pacquiao.
120 and 80 because
120 and 80.
Extra 10.
Yeah. So maybe that was a little bit, over the top. Maybe that wasn't accurate. I'm sure it wasn't because they've made gross offers before and that have never come to fruition. So we know that, right? So maybe Pacquiao's getting, at the worst case scenario, maybe he's going to get 50. Mayweather gets 100. Okay. So that's fine. I mean, it's still going to be more than the 40. Because as you said, I think the $40 million offer before he lost and before he got knocked out was low to start with. So say he gets 50 million up front or 60 million up front. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think the big thing here is the back end, the pay-per-view. That's what I'm thinking. And again, Arum is the one. See, Pacquiao needs to step up and just tell Arum, I don't care. I want this fight. He has to be the one to grow a set of balls, and he's got to step up. This is one thing I can respect from the Mayweather side. Mayweather calls the shots. He gets what he wants. You see what I'm saying? No one's telling Mayweather what's going to happen. He's not saying, oh, well, it's up to my promoter. He'll say, hey, I'm going to go over it with my team, and we're going to talk about it. But at the end of the day, he's the one that makes the decision. Pacquiao has put too much confidence into his team, and he's the one that needs to step up because he's the one that needs to make the decisions for himself. He's got all these people talking for him. He needs to step up. And all those tweets that are going out, they're not even him tweeting. That's not him tweeting that stuff out. At least Mayweather's doing his own tweets. So you got one guy who's saying he wants the fight, but he's not showing that he wants the fight because he's got to step up. He's got to call him out. He's got to say, hey, stop ducking me. Stop being a coward. You know what I'm saying? You got to friggin' act like you really want this fight and stop saying it's up to my promoter and stop putting so much trust and so much confidence into Arum and Michael Kantz. You got to say, hey, you know what? Is that what they're offering me? I want it. Make the deal. Don't sit there and say, okay, well, I trust you. You do what you think is best for me. No, if you really want the fight, you need to say, hey, I want the fight. This deal's okay. Let's make the fight. And he's not doing that. And that's what's frustrating.
Well, more from Michael Kuntz. He says, we discussed it, and now I've given instruction to Bob to counter their counter. We've been going back and forth. Bob has been negotiating with the powers that be on Floyd's side for the past couple of weeks. There's been offers and counter offers. And a couple of days ago, Bob called me and gave me allegedly where Floyd's side is, and I discussed that with Manny 2 hours ago yesterday, obviously. So sounds like it was an ultimatum given at the end or a final offer?
I mean, do they really have the leverage to keep counter-offering whatever Mayweather's throwing at them? Do they really have that leverage? If they say that they want the fight, like Paulie Malignaggi said, take the fight, beat him, and then you become the A side. They don't think they can win this fight. This is what I'm gathering from all this. They must not think they can win this fight. They must not think they can win it. If the way they're negotiating this fight, they must not think they can win the fight. That's what it sounds like to me. But yet this guy over the other side, Mr. Mayweather, is being called the coward. But these guys are negotiating like they don't think they can win. They're trying to get, like, Paulie made some great points in that interview that you had with him. They're trying to get all the money now because they don't know if there's going to be a rematch. You could force a rematch if you beat the guy. If you really think you can, if you really think your man can win, okay? If you really think your man can win, then hey, put him in there, sign the contract. Then you're the A side next time. It's still going to be more than what you're getting now. And again, we don't really know how much he's getting. We really don't. We don't know what Bob Arum's giving him because with the purses, when he fought in Vegas, the purses that are reported to the Nevada State Athletic Commission are different than the ones that Bob Arum's saying. And I know people are saying, yeah, well, Bob's giving him advances up front, whatever. He's giving him this, he's giving him that, off the books. But again, do you trust Bob Arum? You guys listen to my interview with Bob Arum. Listen closely to that interview where I asked him a question about a backup plan. Okay, he says, "Oh, why think about a backup plan when you're trying to negotiate a fight?" But then I asked him a question about Nonito Donaire, but he's got a backup plan for Nonito Donaire. So he basically contradicted himself right in the same interview. You know what I'm saying? And then he's basically saying that one side hasn't come to the table. We're negotiating, but they're not talking to us. We're putting deals and sending deals over to them, but they're not communicating. But then you have Michael Kant saying that they are communicating. So if he's going to be a little bit misleading about that information, do you really think he's going to be upfront with what he's paying his fighter to the public? And not that that matters, but what I'm saying is it matters in the negotiations because Mayweather is looking at what he's making and he's looking at what this guy's making. And, you know, the offer is going to be commensurate with what this guy's making. Why should he overpay this guy if he doesn't have to? It's not good business. That's it. That's just the gist of it right there.
All right, so another couple of quick quotes before we get out to the phone line, 646-478-3068. I see you guys in the chat. You want to talk Rigondeaux. I'm glad. I'm super excited that you guys want to speak about Rigondeaux. You know, so many of you that have been brainwashed by the powers that be that this man isn't exciting. And he went on last night and put on, well, early yesterday morning and put on a really exciting fight. I know some people are criticizing for a level of opposition, but, you know, I think that this guy being like 2 weight classes bigger than him and being at least what seemed to be a foot bigger, but they're going at 6 inches taller than Rigondeaux. I think that that's a challenge for anybody. I mean, look how the Donaire, what is it, Vignette fight was, the tall dude or whatever the tall South African dude was. You know, even though he got a knockout, it wasn't that easy for Donaire to get inside. And for Rigondeaux, wow, piston like left hand. It's just crazy. I mean, they got to start checking that kid's gloves. They really do. He hits too hard. But quick quotes, all right? So he says, now I've given Bob our response to that. I'm never overly optimistic until the contract is signed. But the good thing is that we still are going back and forth. So obviously everyone knows about the Showtime interview that Mayweather did where he said he'd love to fight Pacquiao on May 2nd. We also know about December 16th when Pacquiao, you know, was quoted saying Mayweather can get any amount that he wants. Money is not the issue in our fight.
Apparently it is. Apparently it is with Bob Arum and Michael Kantz.
Well, some more facts. On Wednesday, Pacquiao delivered final words for the 2014 year to Mayweather on his Twitter account, which Beeb already mentioned. Pacquiao could barely, hold down fluent, because I don't want you guys that love Pacquiao killing me in the chat and crucifying me, right? So he could not hold a fluent conversation, let alone text, the way that these texts are coming off. Is he getting some help? Could he be getting some help in him actually typing it up? I don't know. Maybe. If you want to believe that.
I doubt it.
If you want to believe it, fine. So here's the tweet. The ball will drop at midnight to usher in 2015. At Floyd Mayweather. Let's not drop the ball on fighting each other next year. Hashtag let's make the fight.
Sign the fucking contract then. That's
Well,
it.
All right, so some other big news, and I know people are probably going to want to talk about this. This young guy, Canelo Alvarez, has won me over. I mean, I must sound like the biggest hypocrite to whatever long-term listener I have. I just hope that you're as big as a boxing fan as me, that you could allow someone to change their feelings on a person. Obviously, if that person can change his style, resume, and just everything about Canelo Alvarez right now is screaming star. He's trying to go up against Mayweather and make this Miguel Cotto fight, and he's getting frustrated, Beeb, and his quotes is, "I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening." It's been over a month and Miguel hasn't signed the contract. He's already said, "I've granted Miguel Cotto a lot of things to make this fight happen." It's been more than a month and Miguel hasn't signed the contract. What is going on with Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto? Is Floyd and Al Heyman really dangling that $40 million offer at Cotto?
No, I just think people need to play their position. They need to play their position. Cotto had the same thing going on with Martinez. People need to know. Who's the A side? Who's the B side? They need to know that.
But he already did, Beeb. He said, "I grant
but it took him
a lot of things to make this fight."
Okay, but it took him time to grant Miguel Cotto those things. Okay, he was another guy haggling back and forth, dictating terms to somebody who's already friggin' established himself.
Well, here goes some fun facts. Here goes some fun facts, right? Miguel Cotto's advisor, Gabby Penagraciano, on December 29th, obviously, he did an interview, and it was with Ring TV, and he said the negotiations are only 50% done. Now, why would a fight be only 50% done when both guys are house fighters for HBO? Top Rank and Golden Boy, they're doing business. I mean, why isn't this done?
Well, this is what people are going to say, because I just made a statement about A side, B side, that people are going to come back at me and say, "Oh, well, Canelo broke the record with Mayweather. They did 2.2 and did the highest grossing fight of all time." Okay, so what has he done without Mayweather? They've actually put him on HBO and they're taking him off pay-per-view because they don't think he's ready to be a pay-per-view star just yet. And I'm not saying he won't be, but I'm just saying Cotto has been part of a lot of pay-per-views, multiple pay-per-views that have done 1.5, well over a million.
Yeah, B, but I gotta go ahead and play the other side of the card, though, right? All right.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
Okay, Cotto is a better pay-per-view star, but Canelo does have that little spark that he did with Mayweather. But
Okay.
sell tickets, so maybe it's a New York, Texas thing where, obviously they would want to go to Vegas with this fight, but MGM Grand is probably going to be loyal to Mayweather, so they're thinking Texas, New York, and neither guy wants to budge. But I think in that aspect, they should do it in Texas. I know it's a little bit dangerous for Cotto because of the judging that takes place in Texas.
I would never do it in Texas.
But remember, with Trout, he did 40,000. Wasn't that with Trout? I don't care if they sold $10 tickets. They won't sell $10 tickets for Cotto Alvarez. They just won't. And even if they do, it doesn't matter, because isn't that what this is about? I'm so frustrated that, Mayweather Pacquiao would happen and only 16,000 fortunate people can go, because that's unfortunate. This is not what sport.
Why would you want to sit friggin' 300 yards away and you can't even see what's going on?
To be in the experience.
It's a horrible. It's horrible, man.
Oh, listen.
Have you ever gone to a fight in a stadium before?
listen, B, we don't have to argue about that because I'm a TV guy. So whether they sell them at 10.
No, but I'm just saying, and I'm not criticizing you because you seem like you're really sensationalizing it, but it's really not a good experience sitting in a stadium watching a fight. Because think about it. So it's not that bad watching a football game in a fight because you got the Teletron up there and the field is bigger and there's more people on the field. But picture a little tiny ring in a gigantic arena and you're 300, 400 yards back.
They use the Teletron.
You still can't even see though. While you're watching the fight, it's different watching two teams as opposed to watching two guys.
They use the screen. 646-478-3068. Anybody that went to Pacquiao in Texas, give us your thought because I remember taking calls on that show and people loved it. And I'm not saying that I will enjoy it. I'm a TV guy.
Well, I've been to the MGM Grand and I've actually seen fights in the MGM Grand. And I have a much better time watching a fight at the MGM Grand than I do in it.
I don't understand. How can't you side with the average boxing fan?
I can't.
Who could afford 16,000 seats? Those ticket prices.
There's so many ways to watch this fight. You don't have to be there.
But what if the person wants to be there? The same way a football fan wants to be there.
Then go to MGM Grand.
Yeah. You're such an Uncle Scrooge, man. Jeez Louise. Let's take some freaking callers here. 813, you're live. You're up first. Talk to us.
Yo. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, brother.
Hey, shit, man. I just want to know, is Pacquiao in the mafia or something? Can he just buy out his contract with Bob Arum, or is it too hard? Like, can he get a lawyer or some shit?
He doesn't want to.
You buy out your contract, you going to make it back.
He doesn't want to get out.
He likes being told. He likes being told what to do, man. I mean, that's what he likes.
That shit it's gonna get watery. Fans is gonna get upset, and then we're gonna have to settle for Khan versus Mayweather.
But then they're gonna keep calling one guy a coward. But at least this guy stands up for himself and speaks for himself. The other guy can't get out from under the other guy's skirt. He's got all these other people. Freddie Roach has to trash talk for him. Michael Kant has to make decisions for him. Bob Arum's got to talk for him.
Somebody's tweeting for him.
You got another guy tweeting for you. This guy is like supposed to be such a warrior, and the other guy is supposed to be such a coward. At least the other guy's got a fucking set of balls. His father was talking about the fight. He says, don't talk about the fight anymore. Lo and behold, his father gets asked a question. I can't answer that question. I don't want to make my son mad at me. I don't want to ruin that relationship. So he fucking runs that show over there, and the other guy doesn't. And that's the difference.
You say he got balls now, but you seen the live poll on Mayweather's website. Khan blew Maidana out the fucking water. And
hey, I'm not defending that.
Apples and oranges, brother. Don't waste your time.
I'm not defending that, but you know what I am going to say? Again, one guy made the decision, and he didn't listen to somebody. I mean, this guy's going to do what he wants to do. It doesn't matter if Jesus Christ comes down off the cross and says something to Mayweather. Mayweather's going to do what he wants to do, and I respect him for at least that. He can make his own decisions. No one fucking tells this guy what to do.
Like you said, he proved it with the poll. He put the poll and said we could decide, and then he still decided because
he still did what he wanted. He still did what he wanted to do. So no one's going to tell this guy what to do. That's what it all comes down to. And that's just the way it is.
It's gonna happen, but shit, we might not be alive, son.
Well, listen, man, be optimistic. At least
it's gonna happen.
Negotiations. There's offers being sent, and there's counter offers being made, and that's something to look forward to. 813, you all done? You got anything else for us?
Nah, I said, Ness, take it easy.
All right, brother.
Ness, can I say one thing real quick too?
Yeah.
This is another thing that you got to understand too, because when I was doing that interview with Bob Arum, part of the beginning of the interview got cut off a little bit because I hit the record button a little too late, and I'm a little bit upset with myself for that. But I asked him, I said, will Pacquiao fight Jesse Vargas if the Mayweather fight can't be made? And he said no. So if he's not going to fight Jesse Vargas, if Marquez doesn't want to fight him a fifth time, okay, where does he go? And he's not moving down to 140. So
He'll fight Zuski. He'll fight Zuski in Canada.
So where's he going to go? At least people can say whatever they want about Mayweather-Khan, right? They could say whatever they want about Mayweather-Brook, but both fights will do at least 1.2 million. Pacquiao will probably, he can't fight anybody. If he's not going to, who can Pacquiao fight next? Pacquiao needs this fight more than Mayweather needs this fight. So there should not be counter-offers. Sign the fucking contract, Pacquiao. Sign it.
All right, let's just jump out back to the street. Stuart Little, what's up, brother? Talk to us. You're live.
What's happening, boys?
What's happening?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
We made it, baby. We made it.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I've just had my operation. I'm feeling better now, ready to go for the boxing 2015. Been watching a few of the videos, and yeah, it's been comical this week. Some of the rumours coming out. I mean, boxing has become it's become a haven for divas, isn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston would be proud of these boxers. I mean, you know, it's just all bitches. I'm clueless to what's going on there. I mean, I've heard negotiations have changed again. You know, I'm not sure what the offers are at the moment, but who knows what's going to happen now. I mean, Amir Khan still begging the Mayweather fight. I mean, it's getting ridiculous now.
Well, at least he put out a deadline. He said mid-January, if nothing happens, he's moving on. He says he's not going to allow it to happen.
Why won't he just fight Kell Brook? Why won't he just fight him?
It's just getting ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing the way he's chasing
come on, guys. Come on. He's doing the same thing Bradley did. Instead of fighting Khan back then, he waited, and he got the Pacquiao fight. He's doing what Khan attempted to do when he didn't fight Devin Alexander, thinking he would get the Mayweather fight. Everybody waits for the big fight.
I understand that, but he's already been strung along. He's already been strung along. He's already been strung along one time. Why would he wait along?
That's why he's dropping a deadline. Did he not drop a deadline?
He shouldn't even have fucking thought of the fight in the first place, because the guy already said he doesn't want to fight him.
Well, let's not forget they got the same advisor, so he could be getting fed something.
All right.
I mean, I don't think this dude would have pulled out of a Devin Alexander fight if he didn't think he was going to get the fight. Remember, he signed to Heyman that time when that happened, so obviously he thought he was getting the fight.
Yeah, but you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You can't follow.
Well, why wouldn't you? Why
career.
wouldn't you when it would be the biggest fight of your career?
Because he looks like a fucking groupie chasing this guy, like a fucking jealous girlfriend. The guy doesn't want to fucking go out with you. So
yeah,
it's like a girl. It's like a girl. It's like a girl getting fucked. It's like a one-night stand, and then the girl keeps coming back.
Okay, but at the same time, he still managed to make himself a top name at 147.
And
he's still not going to get the Mayweather fight.
Possibly not, but he's in a better place than other people because he's in talks of a possible Mayweather fight.
He needs to fight Kell Brook, at least get a world title like Maidana had a world title.
Brook needs him the way Golovkin.
They need each other. They need each other.
Brook needs him the way
Golovkin. They need each other. They both need each other.
Right.
How the fuck are you gonna demand anything if you're not even a champion?
How the fuck are you gonna push a fight when nobody knows you outside of fucking Sheffield?
Who, Kell Brook?
At the end of the day,
yeah,
there's a fight there waiting for him.
Nobody knows who Khan is either outside of fucking Bolton.
Get the fuck. Khan's international.
Go to work and ask people who friggin' Amir Khan is. And then ask people who Manny Pacquiao is.
Whatever. Let me tell you something. Boxing has changed. You guys don't understand that with the power of social media. Listen, my wife and my brother-in-law both seen the Showtime commercial today earlier. And they're excited for the Wilder-Stavern fight. Now, look, you and I are too.
That's because your wife is married to you and you friggin' feed her information.
Yes, but she doesn't know enough to know who Stavern is.
She knows Nestor Gibbs, who's blasting boxing voice videos every day.
All right. You win.
Stop it.
Go ahead.
Are you sure? You sure I'm allowed to carry on?
I mean, you gotta ask B.
I'll give you another 20 minutes.
You gotta ask B. You gotta ask B.
Go ahead.
Listen, Amir Khan has got a massive fight in England in front of 80,000. Probably gets 5-6 million. He won't get that. He'd be lucky to get that against Floyd. You know what? You know he should take the Kell Brook fight. He beats Kell Brook, and the Mayweather fight's there for him on a plate because the whole world will be calling for it. But right now, he's wasting his career chasing a man that's not going to fight him. Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I'm a Pacquiao fan. He needs to grow a set of bollocks and just fuck fuck Bob Arum off and just get this fight on. I mean, just sits there nodding his head like fucking Forrest Gump. I've had enough of it. You know what I mean?
Now you're starting to see the picture.
Yeah, because like I said, we all know Floyd's a pussy. I'm not going to let him get away with it. Don't you worry about that. But Manny Pacquiao has had the chance to corner this pussy, and he just sits there nodding his head, waiting for Uncle Bob to fucking tell him what to do. And it's about time for a backbone.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Again, you call them a pussy, and that's fine. Because I mean, again, I'm not going to defend the guy because allegedly he's done things that I don't agree with, and there's enough.
Any man that knocks his wife out.
Again, that's what I'm going to say. There's enough circumstantial evidence against the guy where you have to say, hey, you know, something's not right here. But I'm going to leave that one alone. But in terms of making decisions and being the man in charge of his fucking ship, I give him credit for that. Whereas the other guy looks more like a pussy to me when he's hiding behind other people and letting them do all the fucking talk for him. So to me, that guy's a bigger pussy than the other guy could ever be because of the way that's...
And with the money situation, I mean, if like Pacquiao, what you need to do, just take whatever Floyd's offering him.
Thank you.
And if he's that confident of winning the fight, put 10 million of his own money on him to win. He could, you know, nearly double his money on that. You know, good little purse there at the end of it for him, and then he gets all the negotiations and rematch. I mean, I'm a Pacquiao fan, but you know, it takes two to tango at the moment, and I'm not going to let Floyd get away with this. Don't you? You know, that man's been ducking for fucking years now, so I know this. But Pacquiao needs to start using his brain a little bit. You know, Uncle Bob can't keep calling all the shots all the time. You know, you're a big man now. You're a married man. You've got kids. Start calling the shots for fuck's sake. Because it's ridiculous. I mean, this bullshit about Miguel Cotto getting 40 million. I mean, if that's true, I mean, then boxing's gone insane because. Miguel Cotto, 40 million. I mean, fucking have a word.
Well, can I say this too? Now, supposedly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ness, because you may know better than me. This is what I heard, and this could be inaccurate, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. Didn't Floyd Mayweather split 70-30 with Miguel Cotto pay-per-view? Is that correct, or am I wrong?
I believe that might be correct.
Okay.
Only because I think Vic said that, but you would have to ask Vic. You know that.
I'll have to ask Vic that. So say that's true. So say that. So say now the split is 65-35. Now if they come back and they say, oh, we want 60-40. I mean they need. And again, I'm just speculating here. I'm not saying anything factual. But this is kind of a plausible course of action to think what I'm thinking right now. Okay. Because I'm thinking if he gave Cotto 70-30, he's probably going to give Pacquiao 65-35. Because again, like you said, Pacquiao lost. You know, he got knocked out. Cotto was hot. He had a title, and Mayweather wanted his title. So there's a little bit. Cotto had not a lot. You know, didn't have leverage over Mayweather, but he had something. He had a leg to stand on. Pacquiao really doesn't even have a leg to stand on right now. Again, we know that Pacquiao will make this fight be Mayweather's biggest fight of all time. We already know that. It takes two to tango, whatever. But at the end of the day, one guy has a lot more to lose than the other guy. Because let's not forget, the other guy has a $230 million contract. The other guy can fight two other guys right now and still do still do a million pay-per-view buys.
But B, what leg has Miguel Cotto got to stand on? Getting $40 million to fight Floyd Mayweather. I mean,
I'm talking about no. I was talking about when Cotto fought.
What I'm saying is, you're saying like Manny Pacquiao hasn't got a leg to stand on, but if
right now Miguel Cotto doesn't have.
Manny's got at least get 40, isn't he? He has.
I think.
We got a lot of callers. Let's move on
65-35 would be fair.
Black hole shit. I mean, I'm glad that they're negotiating, but you know, Canelo. I mean, he's a young bull, man, and he's showing that. I mean, I think it's more impressive to talk about a guy that actually wants to fight and is coming out making comments about, about the fight and the fact, putting the negotiations and the lack of on the champion.
I mean, I'm just glad Al Heyman hasn't got his hands on Canelo Alvarez, because we wouldn't be getting this Canelo Alvarez otherwise. We'd be fighting bums like the rest of them.
I know, I think that he has to be congratulated.
I'm a big Canelo Alvarez fan.
But
you get a lot of stick. This guy will fight any man. He's even calling out Golovkin. He's not afraid. For me, he's the best fighter from Mexico at the moment.
But don't.
Yeah, he's a star in the future.
But don't sit there and blame Al Heyman for that, because I'll tell you one thing, and Ness can probably attest to this. Al Heyman goes to the fighter and says, hey, we're going to put this guy in front of you. You think you can beat him? If the guy says, I don't think I can beat him, then he won't make the fight. So if Al Heyman went to Alvarez and said, hey, you want to fight this guy? You think you can beat him? And Alvarez says, yeah, I can beat him. Al Heyman's not going to stand in the way. Al Heyman basically asks the fighter if he thinks he can win. If the fighter says he can't win, then he doesn't make the fight. So let's not sit there and say Al Heyman's doing all this too, because these fighters are the ones that are sitting back and taking the money, and they're fighting lesser fighters. They don't have to, the fighter can say to Al Heyman, hey, I want this guy, make the fight, and Al Heyman's not going to say no.
I don't know how you can come on radio and stick up for Al Heyman, B.
I'm not sticking up for him. No, wait a minute now. You're giving the fighters a pass. No, you're giving the fighters a pass, and I'm not going to let you do that, because he's asking the fighters, can you beat this guy? Do you want this fight? And they're saying no. So I'm not saying he's void of all blame, but again, let's not fucking give the fighters a pass. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the fighters, a lot of the fighters are getting advised to duck these fights.
No.
Now they are. It's clear that Al Heyman told me to.
So if Peter Quillen said, I wanted to
told me to throw my belt in the bin. Al Heyman told me to turn down $2 million that I've never seen.
So again,
Al Heyman told me to do this.
Again, the advisor works for you. You don't work for the advisor. Okay? So when you go and get a 401, get an IRA, and you have a financial advisor, and he tells you something that you don't agree with, do you go along with it? You have the ability to say, no, I don't want to invest my money here. I don't want to invest my money there. The fighter has the ability to say, Al, I want this, I want that.
Not to mention, Stuart, that whatever Heyman told Peter Quillen to make him not take that Matt Korobov fight, he had to assess it. He had to take it back to his wife or whoever he confides in and value both and see which one is the better way to go. And obviously he chose the Heyman route. You can't blame Heyman.
Al Heyman is, he's got a skill. He's brainwashed every one of his fighters to listen to everything he says.
Okay, so if you allow yourself to be brainwashed,
you call it a brainwash,
but he's turned Malignaggi into a monster.
Yeah, but you call it a brainwash, and he calls it a blueprint. Because if you follow his blueprint, all his fighters are rich. Listen, let me get to some other callers, because you, Stuart, and B will be here forever. But there's guys out here holding on, man. We got to get to them. 559. You're live. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jay from Cali. How's it going?
What's up, brother?
All right. First of all, about the tweeting, Mayweather doesn't tweet himself either, though.
Sometimes he does. You can tell he does. He does. Yeah, he does.
His tweets.
So when he's tweeting out the Fight Hype articles that he just did interviews with, that's not him doing that? Come on, man. Stop it.
No. Listen, hey, there's been interviews where he said himself, like, yo, I don't tweet.
Sometimes he does, though. Sometimes he does.
He showed pictures of him tweeting before.
I mean, he does tweet. I'm not saying he runs that account 100% of the time. Just like me and Ness have accounts that we run together, and Ness isn't doing it all, and I'm not doing it all. But we do our own stuff. You see what I'm saying? We don't have some freaking guy because we can speak English, so we know how to tweet. This other guy can't tweet, and I'm not being disrespectful. He can't tweet. At least Mayweather does tweet occasionally. Mayweather does tweet out a lot of things himself.
You gonna tell me he ain't the one that tweeted the picture of Miss Jackson?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
He didn't.
He does tweet. Mayweather does tweet. Trust me.
All right. Well, I was gonna say about the Cotto thing. Mayweather did contact him, but I don't think he was contacting to fight him. He just tried to stall the fight with Canelo because they're going for the mid-second date, and it's working. Because right now, Canelo's getting upset. He's like, yo, we already agreed. But that's why Mayweather contacted, their side, because they're trying to stall him out. They're trying to wait him out, and they're trying to get the Pacquiao fight at May 2nd.
I know. Listen, people keep thinking that this fucking $40 million shit is a rumor. Even Beeb. No. Even if you're not talking about that, I'm talking about it. I believe it's more than a rumor. There was a rumor, right, that they were gonna give was it $2 million or $20 million to Chavez? Remember the Heyman rumor? You can find it on our site. There was a rumor that he was out to get Chavez, and everybody's like, oh, that's fake. Yeah, we ain't gonna sign Chavez. Where the fuck is he at with Chavez?
This is what happens. This is what I think happened. I think that that Heyman or the Mayweather camp floated that rumor out there just to show Canelo Alvarez, hey.
No rumor. No rumor, man. No rumor. Probably the offer has been inflated, but there was an offer. It's no rumor, man.
All right. You could be. Hey, listen, you could be right. I don't know. I'm not going to argue that. I don't know.
It can't be 40 million though, because if he's getting 40, and then that means Mayweather would have to get at least 60, 65 million. It's not gonna add up. You gotta.
But you don't know. You don't know what they do. You don't know what they do. Listen, you don't know what they do to make up for that. What if they got outside sponsorship to take care of Cotto's offers?
Man.
What?
Man, stop playing with it.
What?
Stop, man.
What if
you must be out the loop, bro. You don't know how shit gets generated if you don't know.
What about a side fee, my friend? What about a side fee? What if the Barclays Center said, we'll give you guys 80 million to fight here?
The promoter pays the fighter through spot, not out of his own pocket, dude. Not out of his own pocket.
You think Bob Arum has a fucking?
Stop falling for that shit, though.
Yo, do you think
falling for what? Where do you think this money comes from, bro?
Does he think that?
Do you understand how it works,
Underground railroad that leads to Fort.
What you think? You think the promoters are paying these dudes out their pockets, man? Are you serious? You don't think that, do you?
The promoters paying it. I mean, they get a lot of the money off pay-per-view.
No. That's not where all the money comes from, bro.
Listen, the television network themselves pay for these fights. Listen, when Andre Ward gets 2.5 million to fight, I don't even know who the hell he just fought, or not just. All right, well, that was HBO. So if HBO and Showtime both want to make this fight, let's not forget they both are involved. Why wouldn't they? Because they know they're the ones that are going to sell the pay-per-view. Remember, they sell it.
All the promoter does is take the money.
That'll be straight Showtime. And another thing, man.
Whoa. Cotto is an HBO fighter, but he's on a fight-by-fight. You're absolutely right. No. He is HBO.
I just read an article.
Listen, he is. Where's he been fighting at? I understand that there's no long-term commitment. Cotto is able to do whatever he wants.
Cotto's not fighting on Showtime pay-per-view when he fights Alvarez. You kidding me? Is that what you think's gonna happen?
No. He's talking about Floyd Cotto.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was only Showtime, the beauty about that is Showtime already showed that they pay for big fights. They pay for it.
And, I meant to call last week, but Beebs, you said this is off topic, but you said Mayweather was a 3-1 underdog against Diego Corrales. You said that, right?
Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Was I wrong?
Yeah, he wasn't 3-1, man. That was even odds, and actually Mayweather was a slight favorite.
That fight opened. When that fight opened up, he was the underdog, bro.
He was underdog, but it was close to even everywhere, and then
come fight time. You're right. You're exactly right. Come fight time, the odds did narrow. I won't deny that. They did narrow. Take
care then.
You are right. He's right. They narrowed.
To our first show of the new year. We truly appreciate all of you guys. 267, you're live on the Boxing Voice. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, everybody? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
From Philadelphia. Weighing in on the situation. For starters, I felt like pretty much everything. A lot of people touched on a lot of emphasis and a lot of good points here. At the end of the day, I feel as though it comes down to Bob Arum. It's really, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Mayweather's had his share of statements and controversial statements back and forth during this whole melee. But I think it's worth mentioning also that the fact is there have only been 3 times, for all the speculation we're doing, it's only 3 times that we know of that the fight that both sides have confirmed that negotiations have been going on. And all 3 of them times, Arum ended up being an obstruction. It ended up being Team Pacquiao refusing a proposal on that side. Now, for whatever reason that may have been the case, it also makes me rewind back to when everybody started to slander him and talk about the fact it's ridiculous to say, well, Floyd should have, it's ridiculous to say that, Floyd Floyd's making unreasonable demands, and he's trying to get Arum to come. I mean, and he's saying Pacquiao has to sign. He and Pacquiao can't sign back with Arum and this and that. And we look at that right now, but now everybody's sitting there and we're complaining on the opposite fashion because we're starting to see more and more who's becoming a little bit of an instruction in the matter. It's terms of the negotiations. As far as counteroffers, I really don't understand that just because of the fact it's actually coming out of two different parts. If Pacquiao's coming out and he's saying, I'm going to give him whatever he wants, and he's going to make whatever he wants off the fact, what people aren't understanding is you can speak to the media, you can do that back and forth all day, but if Bob Arum doesn't sign off on it, you don't hear Bob Arum saying, I'm going to give Floyd 70-30, or Floyd can have whatever he wants. So obviously, there's another middleman. As far as the Michael Kantz deal, wasn't Michael Kantz, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he purchase a home in Orange County, and that was supposed to be one of the things to put Pacquiao in the hole with the IRS in the first place? Because he took money that Pacquiao had already paid for off on his taxes.
All I know is this guy is not in charge over there, and he's letting people do all sorts of things, and I don't think he's watching, and I think that's part of the problem. I really do, man.
Yeah.
And if you're the fighter, you're supposed to be the boss. You're not supposed to let all these other people run you like the way he let. And this I hate to keep sounding redundant, and I apologize for interrupting you, but it's just so aggravating seeing one guy get called a pussy when the other guy is the one that acting like the pussy, not opening his mouth and standing up for himself and letting everybody talk for him.
Right.
I mean, tell me who's the pussy? Who can you respect more? The guy that opens his mouth and runs shit, or the other guy that fucking hides behind people?
I don't. The man that keeps quiet and don't hit his wife.
In fairness, like, just to clear the air on that and everything, I've always disagreed with the notion everybody has with, Mayweather handpicks opponents and his whole career and his unbeaten record is a reflection of that and everything. All of this generally started around the time that Bob Arum started slandering him when he left Top Ranking to begin with. You remember, every fighter that he was accused of ducking to begin with happened to be a top-ranked fighter because he refused to do business with Arum. Everyone was Margarito, it was Cotto, it was Clyde.
There's only two guys he should have fought that he didn't fight. Margarito and friggin' Kostrazu. Those are only two guys he didn't fight. I mean, he ended up fighting Cody, he ended up fighting Mosley, and then people could say, oh, Paul Williams. Nobody fought Paul Williams. Paul Williams was fucking 6'3", had an 82-inch reach. He had no business even fighting in the fucking welterweight division. Mosley didn't fight him. Pacquiao didn't fight him. No one fought him except for Margarito.
So the way Bob Arum's instructing this fight right now, what makes anybody think that Margarito or Cotto fight would have happened back then if Floyd would have took him up on that?
Okay, but why is Pacquiao letting Arum do what he's doing? Why doesn't Pacquiao step in and say, hey, Arum, get out the way, make the fight happen? I
agree with that, Pete. I agree with that.
That's why I think he's a pussy. And you want to call the other guy a wife beater, that's fine. The other guy could be a wife beater. I'm not saying he's not. But one thing the other guy...
This guy's ducked and cherry-picked his way for years. Come on, Babe.
Who did Pacquiao fight that was so great?
He even picks the gloves for him. Even makes him wear these fucking inflexible fucking boxing gloves.
That's the way the game is played, Stuart. I keep telling you, he didn't invent it.
Hold on.
I keep telling you, Stuart, he didn't invent that. Everybody does that.
Become big in news when it was Floyd because he's already demonized. De La Hoya chose all types of gloves. Pacquiao chose gloves. All types of fighters have been it. Like that's nothing exclusive. That comes from the territory of being a
Floyd's making him change whole brands.
It's no different from like football. It's no different from like the NFL. When you're the number one seed, you get a first round bye. You get home field advantage. You get the table tilted in your favor because you earn that position. So therefore, anybody who's going to knock you off that throne has to play it on your terms.
I mean, exactly. Anybody that has leverage, anybody that has leverage is going to use their leverage. Let's not play stupid here, man. Come on, man.
That's the simplest way of putting it, man. It's very simple.
We're talking about 60-40 and 70-30. Do you remember when Lennox Lewis tried to get a 90-10 split for the Riddick Bowe fight?
Yep. And Riddick Bowe threw those titles in the trash, and we never got that fight, so we need to stop complaining. Listen, let me get to some other callers, brother. Thanks for calling in, as always, man. We appreciate it. 2015, bringing you guys shows right on the first day of the new year. That's awesome. 609, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, this is Perfect P234, fourth-time caller. No intro needed. I want to say Happy New Year to all you guys, and I wanted to also say I wanted to thank you guys for all of the spontaneous shows you guys did over the last few weeks, man. It's been a wonder for me, actually, because I listen to you guys on YouTube while I'm at work. in the office, and it's been excellent. I've been calling the last few weeks, but I've always called a little late and then never got to get through. But I wanted to thank you guys, and also be great interview on ESPN and great interview with Bob Arum. Wanted to touch on a little bit of the
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Mayweather-Pacquiao situation. I think think you guys are on the right track with what you're saying. You know, the way that Manny Pacquiao is talking, I think fans shouldn't be trying to negotiate on behalf of Manny Pacquiao, saying he deserves this, he deserves that. If he's saying he'll take whatever he'll get, you know, we need to hold him to that standard. Why is there all of this back and forth if he's willing to, you know, take whatever is offered? So I don't see why the back and forth is necessary. As far as the Cotto-Canelo situation, I think Cotto realizes that what Golden Boy and them are trying to do is sort of a power play, and if he goes ahead and signs the May 5th date without and then the Mayweather-Pacquiao gets signed, you know, either way, like if they fight in April or something, it would affect their numbers, because if everybody spends, say, $100 on pay-per-view, you know, 2 weeks before the Cotto fight, how many people are going to buy the Cotto-Canelo fight in May? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a catch-22 situation.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta disagree with that one. I think they could get it off. I think they could get it off if they jumped in there right before May 2nd and did it in April somewhere. I think they could get it off.
You know why they should do it in June? You know why they should do it in June? Because they'd have so much momentum off of that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight that people would be like so excited about boxing. Then they get another big fight right after that. Then that would be great, man. They could just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Unless that fight ends
like,
in some freaking controversy.
No, that fight's gonna be awesome, dude. That's gonna be awesome. That fight.
Yeah, I think because when Cotto fought Martinez last year, Puerto Rican Day weekend, I was at my buddy's house, Puerto Rican. The whole house was crazy, man. It was a great environment, you know. And I think like since he's the A side, like he should have that on his day. But I mean, the May Day wouldn't be bad for a Cotto-Canelo fight either, except that they're trying to get the Mayweather-Pacquiao. Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question of days. I think it's a question of venues, because while Cotto does merit June after the Puerto Rican Day parade, he just isn't going to sell as many tickets as they would in Texas.
I don't know, Nestor.
Dude, he did 40,000.
Stadiums in Texas are bigger.
He did 40,000, and you can't even remember against who. So imagine versus
Austin
Cotto.
Trout. It was Austin Trout, and let's be real, that is quite good going, because Austin Trout brings 0 to the table. So, you know, sell 40,000 seats in the stadium is good going against Austin Trout.
How many is the Garden? How many is the Garden? Because they always say, "Oh, Cotto sold out the Garden," but isn't the Garden like 30,000?
No, I thought it was only 16,000. That's what I thought it was.
No, the Garden's like 30,000, man.
And every time Cotto fights there, it's somewhere between 13 and 16, not 30. So I don't know what the fuck is.
Why? They scale the seats back, or what do they do?
I don't know, but Google it. Let's just get.
I'll have to find out.
I don't think it's 30 anymore, B.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's find out if it's 16 or 30. Because if it's 16, then do it in Vegas. You could get 16 in Vegas, and it already attracts a lot of.
It could be like 20 and change. I don't think it's 30. It's like 20 and change.
I mean, listen, when you're fighting on this level, that magnitude,
I have to find that out.
There has to be some concessions, and neutral territory is fair. I understand if Cotto doesn't want to go to Texas.
They should do it. They should do it in Vegas. Do it at the MGM Grand, man. Do it at the MGM Grand. I love the MGM
but
Grand.
Then hence the Mayweather issue.
No, they do it in June. They do it right in June. That's all right.
I think if you put that in a stadium, I think there could be a big stadium in Texas or something. You could get a lot of trouble there, I think.
That's what I'm telling Beeb.
I don't like stadiums, man. I don't like stadiums.
It wouldn't matter what you like, brother. They're going to sell like 60,000 tickets to that fight, man.
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter what I like. It matters what the people want.
Pacquiao fought Claudia, and I think he did somewhere like 43, right? Or
that was in Dallas. That was in Dallas. This would be like in San Antonio, yeah.
Alamo Dome.
But what I was thinking too about, like, you know, about the, like, if the fights were that close, I mean, 2 weeks apart, I couldn't put out that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like, just as a regular fan.
Hey, listen, brother. Listen.
Like
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna give you a secret, all right? Cable isn't gonna cut your bill, so you go ahead and you pay for that fight. and it'll just linger on your bill. You keep paying your bill, but let that linger until you get it. Don't miss that fight. Don't watch that on a stream, please. Don't do
I
that.
got you.
You don't want to be the boxing fan.
I'll send you. I'll buy the pay-per-view for you.
You don't want to be the boxing fan that missed Canelo Cotto because you were saving for Mayweather Pacquiao. Like, you don't want to do that.
The Mayweather.
And at the end of the day, if it doesn't bother you not to watch it live, they always put it on for free next week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. But I'm the boxing guy at my job too, so everybody, like, whenever a fight happens, they're, oh, pleasure. Did you see that fight? Oh, that's my name. Oh, perfect Pete. Sorry, never mind. But yeah. So it's I kind of feel like you guys, like, okay, I gotta watch these fights.
Yeah.
I gotta see what's going on. So people ask me about it, or people,
Tell me about it. They were
it.
already taking shots at me in the chat, like, Ness, do you even know the fights happened yesterday? And it's like, yeah, with your little snarky typing ass. Yeah, I know, and I watched them. I watched them all.
I actually didn't know that Rigo fought late yesterday. I missed that
man,
one, so
it was such
I'm
a good
about
fight.
It at work, but
it was a good fight, but there was
flaws.
times.
There was flaws, just like I've been telling you for a long time, Nez.
Listen,
Amir
Khan. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you a question, my friend. Whose chin would you rather have, Rigo's or Khan's?
That's a good question.
No, it's not, because one guy gets knocked down and doesn't get knocked out. One guy gets knocked down and knocks people out. One guy gets knocked down and gains.
Why are you comparing a fucking 122-pounder to a 147-pounder?
That is hard to do.
Well, because the 147-pounder has a chin like a baby.
Okay, has a 147-pounder? Wait a minute, has a 147-pounder ever got knocked out at 147?
Quick out, mate, because they're not that Japanese boy. If they get Rigo hurt, mate, it's night Rigo.
Remember?
Yeah, but Stuart, ask him.
That dude.
Ask him.
Back in the beanstalk in the ring with him.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Guy, fucking the Tin Man had more head movement than him when he trained.
But when has Khan got knocked out at 100?
Whoa.
Let me jump in real quick, please. When has Khan gotten knocked out at 147 pounds?
Beeb.
He's not fought a big punch here. Come on, don't get carried away here, Beeb. He's fought.
He is a new man at 147. Mark my words.
Beeb, what does that matter? When has Rigo fought someone his size?
I don't know.
Never.
He's fought people in his weight class. I mean, if they're weighing in at 122, then they're his size.
And what about fight night? What about fight night?
What about when you said that, Ness? It doesn't matter if they make the weight.
You're right. You're right. If you make the weight, you can fight
at the weight. Too bad.
But we both agreed. Your point was what I'm using now, and we both agreed on it. So don't be a hypocrite.
The other one is going back on. You're going back on your word, not me.
There's still a fight night advantage, is there not?
Yes.
Okay, so when you hit me and you're a bigger man, I'm not going to be able to take your shots. If you get a guy in there that's going to weigh fight night the same thing that Rigo weighs, which is usually 122 to 128, he ain't going to fucking wobble. But he's getting hit by a 6'3" dude fighting at 122.
Khan's not going to get knocked out at 147.
Listen, and neither is Rigo going to get knocked out at 122, and the world is running scared.
He will if he fights. Frampton.
Yeah, well, tell Frampton sign on the dotted.
Carl Frampton's going to knock him out. Carl Frampton's going to knock him out.
Rigo's called out everybody in Europe and everybody that fights on U.S. television.
Rigo fought more Japs than fucking Van Damme has.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, because the rest of the people in the world don't want to fight.
Get him, Stuart. Get him.
Listen, man, you tell him to come to. You tell him to.
Beeb obviously didn't see the performance. That's what's happening. Beeb obviously didn't see the performance. The dude was growing another mouth. I don't know if he broke his jaw or what. It was hideous. I've never seen nothing like that.
Hey, this guy was walking straight forward in front of him all night. And of course he's going to hit him. The guy's got skills. He's got pay. Any decent.
Well, put the fucking jackal in the ring with him.
Listen, mate. All I remember is him getting off the fucking floor twice.
Man,
quite embarrassing.
Yo, listen. Frampton is far too pretty to be in the ring with Rigo. He would
grade. Who'd you grade his performance last night, Ness? What would you grade his performance last night?
I mean, listen, he went down, but Tito Trinidad goes down. Khan goes.
What's the grade, Ness? What's the grade? What's the grade? I'm just asking. What's the grade?
The grade, I would give it at least an A- performance,
Okay.
even with the knockdowns, in my opinion.
I would give it a B minus.
He completely.
Nobody was impressed yesterday with that.
That's fine.
No one knew who the fuck that Japanese guy was.
He completely controlled distance with a dude double his size and reach.
Completely controlled it. Well, even when he was getting dropped.
He's an A+ fighter, and he put in a B- performance last night.
Barely held. All his punches were basically power punches. I'm kind of upset that he rarely uses the right hand, but he paws it out there so much so he baits you and boom, then he hits you with a right hook. I mean, there's nothing like him. If people complain, wait a minute, because people complain, and guys like you disgust me right now, talking about, oh, I didn't like his performance. He stood in the fucking pocket all night with a guy bigger than him. He didn't hold. And
Bad strategy.
He beat the shit out of him.
Bad strategy.
Shit out of him.
In the pocket with a bum.
He stood right in there. He would crouch down and be inside the other dude's guard and still beating on his stomach.
When he's sitting in the pocket with Santa Cruz and Quigg, I'll give him respect. Until then, no.
Santa Cruz throws long straight shots, man. Long straight shots. When Rigo's in, who's going to do the better body damage is going to be Rigo, because his body damage is precise. Were you watching? Were you watching last night? Were you watching yesterday what he was doing to this tall guy?
I watched the fight, mate.
All right, so he broke him down to the body. He broke him down. He never neglected the body. He's too fundamentally sound. You're going to have to knock him out. You're going to, and you can't. You can't.
So he's going to retire undefeated, Ness?
His best win is
he's going to lose.
Some air. Right? At the end of the day, that guy, we all know what happened to him when we all know in his last fight, got fucking sparked clean out. So really, does his resume look that good?
Listen, Beeb, mark my words, 2015 started today, and I guarantee you fight fans are going to start calling in here, telling us that Lomachenko needs to fight Rigo.
Lomachenko will beat him, too.
They're going to avoid
the living shit out of him.
They're going to avoid...
They'll fight Lomachenko and they'll get beat.
They're gonna protect Quigg, Frampton. They're gonna protect Leo Santa Cruz because Rigo's the ugly one. They want him out.
Rigo's gonna lose.
So they want Rigo to jump up in weight 4 pounds.
He's gonna jump up in weight and he's gonna lose. Mark my words, it's gonna happen.
He will be. He'll get destroyed. Let me tell you something now. If he's a so-called number 3 pound for pound in the world, isn't that what they should be doing, going up and fighting?
That's what everyone else is doing.
Whatever.
Abner Mares moved up. Nonito Donaire moved up. I'm gonna tell
Abner Mares to move the fuck down and get his ass beat.
I'm gonna quote Stuart Little. He moves up to 126. He's gonna get knocked spark out.
No, you know it, Beeb. European style.
He's gonna get knocked spark out.
I just want to see Frampton in the ring with somebody for real. I'm tired of seeing him fight Kiko Martinez.
You keep sleeping on these UK fighters.
I'm tired of Kiko Martinez. That's all.
I got 2 words for you, baby. Kell Brook. Kell Brook, baby.
That was a good fight. He had a belt.
Introducing the hard-hitting ringside Robbie.
What a way to start off 2015. Happy New Year, everybody. What a conversation we got going on here. First of all, Beeb, I know you don't believe in the regular boxing fan, but trust me, both of these fights, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Canelo, and Cotto, need to happen in stadiums. I know.
No, not you, the diehard, not you.
I know you don't like that, but people are going to want to go to both of these fights, and the attendance in the Garden is anywhere between 18 and 20,000 because they use the same arena for.
Hey Robbie,
basketball.
I think Beeb's Google is running slow because he was supposed to Google that a bunch of hours ago.
I'm too busy talking. You can't silence the Beeb for Google.
For basketball and hockey, so the maximum it can seat, I believe, is 20,000.
Isn't it 22?
No. Well, it might be for basketball. They have different configurations when they switch the.
Well, boxing, the ring's small. They add more seats on the floor, though. They add more seats on the floor for boxing, though.
So Well, it could be 22, but I know it's not far over 20. There's no way they'll.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. It can't compete with a stadium in terms of capacity. I know that.
That's right.
So that's a no-brainer then.
And you wanted to know how many were for Pacquiao-Clottey. That was over 50,000 because that took place in Dallas.
Well, there you go. Again, being proven wrong, but it's okay.
Well, I didn't question capacity.
No, you questioned where the fight should be.
I'm wrong because I'm stating an opinion because I like arenas better than stadiums.
Absolutely.
So if we go to the ice cream parlor and I tell you chocolate's better than vanilla because I like it, I'm wrong.
Jose, forgive Beeb. He's so rude.
No, Happy New Year. You know what, man? Maybe this is going to be a new year for me, man. I'm going to start off by agreeing with Beeb, man. I'm a guy who likes to go to fights. I don't want to watch a fight in a shit stadium, man. No way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's fan-friendly. You know what? If you don't got the money to go and watch it, it's going to be better.
I hung up on you, Jose.
Come on. You know what? It's true, man. You're not going to pay all that.
You can't see anything in a stadium when you're sitting in nosebleed seats. It's a waste of money. You're better off watching it at home.
Beeb, stop interrupting.
Second of all, Ness, you know what? You know, when you get on your knees, man, you're at the perfect height for Regan now to kiss him on the mouth. That guy's on the mouth. You guys hold hands.
Give a fuck about your feelings.
Stop cutting people off. And you accusing me of interrupting.
He got knocked down 2 times by a bum, man. So, you know what? You should say that guy
Whatever, Jose. By a bum. He got off the floor.
Let him talk. Let him talk. You're getting schooled.
Got off the floor like some of the guys.
School. Go sharpen your pencils. You're getting schooled.
People in here defending guys like Broner.
Go sharpen your pencils.
He got off the floor and won the fight.
Bum, my friend. My dad is no bum.
He got off the floor and won the fight, though.
Yeah, but still, man.
He's undefeated, though. He's undefeated, though. He's being ducked. Why are you not behind Rigondeaux the way you're behind Golovkin? Because he's doing the same thing. What's his knockout ratio? Did you ever think of that? Did you ever add up the number of fights? Did you ever add up the number of fights to the number of knockouts on his record? Did you ever think about the quality of opposition that he's facing?
Your press pass should be shut down, man, after you said that he deserves A-. You know what? You're just a fanboy now, man. You're no longer the press. Give it to Beeb. Give it to Vic. Get Robbie on board, man.
Shut the fuck up.
No way.
He can't take it, see?
Anyway, Nance, you know what? That's right, man. Now, going on to Pacquiao, man, I want to state I like Pacquiao. I think if Pacquiao and Mayweather fought, I would pick Pacquiao. I'd bet on him. But, you know, some people call in and they say Mayweather's ignorant, and that's fine. But Manny Pacquiao was just straight up retarded. The guy is so dumb. He's so dumb. He's getting manipulated and cheated on by Bob financially, all that other shit, man. Any other boxer in his position would be so financially, you know, in such better shape than he is, man. He has no clue what's going on. He's got some dumb white chick probably tweeting for him, probably Bob's granddaughters, and he's probably paid $500,000 a year for that. Like, this guy has no clue what the fuck's going on, man. So this fight's not going to happen. Like, I heard Beeb's interview. Bob Arum's acting like a bitch, man. Even when you heard the question about, you know, Chavez Jr., they're going to fight. He's like, no, they're not going to fight because there's litigation. Like, he just wants to stir shit up, cause problems. He's the one that's not going to do it, man. That fight's not going to happen. And it has nothing to do with Mayweather, unfortunately. It's Pacquiao not being smart enough to handle his business. It's just that, man. At least Mayweather.
You have to stand up and take full charge of your career. So, you know, we've all yelled at Floyd Mayweather. It's time for Manny Pacquiao to stand up and say, okay, I want this fight. You know, let's get it done. I totally agree with everybody that said that.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? And I hate to just beat a dead horse, but let me ask you this, Jose. You have advisors, you have people you have lawyers, you have people working for you, right? Put yourself in a situation where you have an advisor, okay? You have a lawyer, and a lawyer says, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this. It's your decision. What do you want to do? Or you have an advisor. We're going to invest in this fund. What do you want to do? Do you just say, hey, you just hand your money over to someone and say, hey, go do whatever you want to do with it. I trust you. Don't you have an active interest, and don't you kind of do research, and don't you think before you just give someone something and let him make decisions for you? Don't you have a say in what's going on?
That much money. You know, a good advisor should give you 2-3 options. I think Bob Arum gives them one, and Manny Pacquiao does exactly what he tells him to do, right? So I mean, he's just really, really a dumb man. Like, and I'm a Pacquiao fan, but Pacquiao's just stupid, man. He's just he's just a dumb kid, man. Like, just dumb, right? So I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, like, everyone that hates on Al Heyman has to recognize that he gives these guys 2-3 options, and some of them got balls, like Adrian Broner, and he'll take the hard challenge, man.
That's right.
He got the fallbacks too. You know,
Al Heyman told him not to fight Maidana, but he wanted to fight. They told him not to take the Maidana fight.
He's gonna fight some big fights this year, and I'm telling you, man, Adrian Broner's gonna be back at the top again, man. And you guys, he's gonna be the Canelo, man, the guy who takes on all the fights, doesn't always win them, man. You know,
he's fighting Matisse next.
By you, but you got the ball.
It's the same. It's the same thing with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, he says, yeah, Al Heyman's my advisor, but if I want to fight, I choose the fights. I want to fight the best.
Well, so, Deontay Wilder's admitted he's chose 31 bums, hasn't he?
Okay, but guess what? Guess what? When he's not going to be fighting bums anymore, though, is he?
Yeah, Staverne's a big challenge.
We're going to find out what Deontay Wilder's all about.
I think Staverne's going to beat him, but I think he's going to still be fighting better guys this year.
Well, obviously he's in a fight. Obviously, he's in a fight. It's a barometer fight. We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, it's an even money fight.
At the end of the day, he's got that golden stick, man. And if he touches you with it, you're going down. You're going down.
The other guy's not too shabby with his friggin' punch.
That power's not real because
all right, it's not real.
I don't care who you are, man. I could put 30 guys in front of you, Stuart Little. That doesn't mean you're gonna knock them all out. You gotta have something. But Jose, let me let you go, man. Thanks for calling in. See you in Denver. 954, you're live on the Box Voice. Who's this?
Hey, this is D from Miami. How you doing, buddy?
D, what's up, man? Long time no here.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get like you, man. Listen, who you think will be the A side of Canelo and Cotto? That's my first question.
Cotto's the lineal champ at 160. Cotto's the lineal champion, and he is the proven pay-per-view star.
Okay.
But I will say he didn't do too great. I mean, his last pay-per-view was just slightly better than Canelo's.
What did Martinez Cotto do pay-per-view? What did that do?
I think that was like 375 or 475, something low.
I think it was 475, wasn't it?
I think, yeah, with Canelo, like, Lara's not got a very big following, is he? Not a lot of people like to see him fight, so Canelo's never going to get big numbers with that fight.
But with Cotto, they will. Together, they will do well. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. I mean, this is a dream fight. I mean, Cotto's bullshit. He's backpedaling. Boogie down Sean, where the fuck you at?
Right. My second question is, do you think Cotto is waiting to see if Mayweather's going to make the fight with Pacquiao?
Yes. I believe so. I don't know what. I mean, you seen what Canelo said earlier. The quotes were, you know, what is he waiting for? It's been over a month. I've already agreed to everything he wanted. He said, I've already granted Miguel Cotto a lot of things to make this fight happen. It's been more than a month. And
What's the weight limit?
The contract.
What's the weight limit, Nest, you know?
No, there hasn't been any mention of weight. Oh, actually, if he doesn't take the fight, he will pass down in history, unlike anybody else. If he were to duck a fighter who defeated his brother, said Alvarez, who is rated #1. No, they didn't say, but damn, I didn't even know. He said, yo, he's taking shots at Cotto. I mean, he's quoted saying a Puerto Rican never ducked a Mexican. So basically, he's putting it out there. He's leaving it up to the fans to push Miguel Cotto.
Now this is what Manny Pacquiao was supposed to be doing to Floyd Mayweather. This is how you do it. Good job, Canelo. Even though you're not the A side, That's what you're supposed to do.
Look at what Canelo says. He says Miguel Cotto has to decide whether or not he wants to fight me. I'm not going to wait much longer. I'll let him make his decision. Hopefully his decision won't hurt his country and all his fans.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You don't sit there and say, whatever my promoter wants. That's not how you fucking do it.
A Puerto Rican never ducked a Mexican fighter, nor did a Mexican ever duck a Puerto Rican fighter.
That's how you do it.
Classic
Talk shit.
No, this is a classic fight for the fans. I talked with my promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, and he confirmed to me that I am fighting on May 2nd, said Alvarez. Miguel Cotto is at the top of my list, and I had a lot of options, but I'm considerate of all my fans in the world. I know my fans want me to fight someone big like Miguel Cotto, especially the fans in Puerto Rico. So basically, he's saying he's fighting on that date without Cotto.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening, B.
That ain't happening.
Hey, B, I have one more question, then I'll let you go. You stated that you think Severn will beat Wilder.
Yes.
I know it's kind of premature. The fight now is not until a couple of weeks, but can you tell me why?
I think that Severn is very, very calculated. I think he's very crafty. I think he's very disciplined. And I like how he kind of controls the pace of the fight. Like, guys will try to speed the pace up, and he just slows it right down. I think Wilder really gambles in there with everything he does. He has one way to fight, and it's balls to the walls. I'll get you before you get me. And I think he's gonna give openings to Severn, and Severn's gonna counter him with a right hand. I think Severn's gonna knock him out. I really do. I think Wilder's gonna get sucked into a trap, right? And I think Severn's gonna stop him with the right hand. I just think he's he's just very overly aggressive. I think he's wild. I think he's very wild. I'm not saying he doesn't have a good right hand, but I don't think he's the most accurate puncher in the world. I think he's going to get tired later in the fight because he throws every punch like it's a home run, like a home run ball, and I don't think that's going to be effective.
Scenario, B. Indulge me for a moment, right?
Sure.
Malik Scott, we know what happened in the fight, but
he took a dive. Yeah, go ahead.
The outcome out of that fight, he still was tentative behind the actions of a Wilder. So I know that you're saying Severn is going to set up a trap, and that's true. He obviously has demonstrated that he can counterpunch very well, but how are you going to set up a trap when you got that jab pawing or jabbing you, and then you got that big right coming behind it?
Yeah, I think the right hand is very real, but I don't think I think the jab is a very lazy jab, and I think the jab can get countered over by right hands because it's very lazy.
I think we got another David Price on our hands. I think
we might, Stuart.
He went out with his right hand, but I think if he gets pushed to the later rounds, I think you're right. I think he doesn't look like his stamina. I mean, the amount of muscle he's on, you can't be built like that and be built for stamina. Not at that weight, you can't.
Severn's going to stop him. Mark my words, Severn's going to stop him. I'm going to bet Severn in this fight.
Wait a minute.
We're going to have another David Price on our hands with him.
Stuart, whose stamina are you questioning, Wilder's or Severn's?
Wilder's.
How could you question his stamina by comparing his physique when Vladimir Klitschko has basically a better one?
You seen fucking Wilder's legs?
What about him?
No legs.
Real talk. Come on, man. I mean,
chicken legs, man. Just as soon as, honestly, his physique, he's ready to go sleep, mate. I'm telling you now.
He's very thin.
You've never liked Wilder, Stuart. Let's be clear here. You've always considered him a bum and said he's fought bums, so you're not going to give him the slight.
Stuart said he can punch. Stuart said he has a good punch.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. He's always called him a bum.
Devastating power. It's just, is there the tools that don't impress me? I can see a fight here. As soon as he fights a top level fight, I can see him getting taken apart.
He's getting knocked out.
And when I look at them legs, I just know as soon as he gets hit on that chin, it's going to be an Audley Harrison all over again.
And he's not very defensively responsible. He wings shots. He puts his face and head high in the air.
Shots and David Haye coming through with uppercuts and hooks. I mean, take his head off.
I don't like to put too much into sparring, but David Hay put a beating on him in sparring.
And also consider this: his level of opposition has
really
not,
bad.
So he hasn't really been tested yet.
Yeah. So since we're taking sparring into consideration, well, Latimer has always said that he's done well. Jonathan Banks has confirmed to me that Wilder's done well versus Vladimir Klitschko. And you know what? I'd rather do well versus Latimer than.
Well, you're lying there because I actually watched a video with Klitschko's, one of the YouTube channels were interviewing one of Klitschko's trainers, and he was saying that Vladimir Klitschko knocked out Deontay Wilder twice, clean out.
Okay,
sparring.
what does that mean? Even if that is true, Stuart, how does that mean that he still didn't do well?
He got knocked out.
He did well, but he got knocked out, but he did well.
But wait, because you're laughing. Sparring only one day? Is sparring only one day? Don't they bring you out to sparring and you stay 2 or 3 weeks?
Knocked out twice.
To recover.
He's going to sleep. January 17th, he's going to sleep. Mark my words.
Beeb, that's a rumor. That's a rumor.
From his own train, from Vladimir Klitschko's trainer. He's not going to say on air in a channel.
Yeah, well, according to certain individuals, Peter Quillen was knocked out by Golovkin in sparring. Another rumor.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Of course you would.
believe that.
Of course you would.
I
mean, one guy who loves to be a bootlicker for the UK, and the other guy who only thinks about the UK. Of course you guys would.
You're just you're a xenophobic individual. You are a xenophobic individual.
Miami, man. Thanks for calling in. I hope we answered all your questions, brother, and thank you for calling for our first show of 2015. We're gonna get on a little bit. We're gonna step on the gas here, guys. I'm sorry. I know, it's just like that. We love to rant, but we're gonna get to a lot of callers back to back, starting right now with 425. You're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Yo, Ness, what's going on, man? This is the best in the Northwest Taylor gang.
What up?
Happy New Year's, man. Ain't not too much. It's been a little while since I, been calling in, but I just want to weigh in a little bit on this whole Pacquiao Mayweather situation. And basically, to me, man, as far as you look at it, you can go on the record and see YouTube videos of Freddie Roach talking about we dropped the ball, and I checked out Beeb's his interview with Bob Arum, and as far as I can see, man, and for a little while I was against Mayweather and all this, but as far as I can see, man, on boxing scene, on Fight Hype and everything, the evidence is starting to show that Pacquiao's camp is the one that's basically in disarray. I mean, if some guy offers me $40 million to fight, and that's the biggest guaranteed purse that I've ever seen, or just, the biggest person in boxing history, man, it's hard to just walk away from that, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't really understand how too many people are still, going against Mayweather when, realistically it just seems that, Pacquiao's camp is the one dropping the ball. I mean, like you guys said earlier, Bob Arum is the one in the driver's seat, and that's really what's holding all this up, man. And really, when it comes to Bob Arum, man, I feel like this guy is losing it. You know what I'm saying? He's like 85 years old. He needs to retire. He's going senile, and he's got his hands in too many different pots, and he's in control of a lot of different people's careers. And I don't think it's working out for the best of those people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys get through. To some other callers, man, and I'm going to be on board with you, man. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Happy New Year's to everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all keep it moving.
All right, brother. Skype caller, talk to us. First-time caller, where you calling from?
Hello? First-time caller.
All right, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut
from Stockholm, Sweden, Willie the King.
Oh, I love it, brother. Talk to us, man.
Yeah. Special shout out to Boxing Voice, man. Long time listener. You know what I'm saying? First time caller. Love the show. Always tune in. You know what I mean? So, just love the show, man.
Well, thank you.
You actually Swedish, bro? Because you don't sound it.
Yeah, I'm Swedish, bro.
You sound American to me.
Nah, well, you know how it is. Been living in the States before, so you know how it go. But I'm Swedish.
I thought so.
Yeah.
So talk
Yeah,
to
Ness,
us.
man, brother Ness. What I wanted to say, man, we had a little discussion on on Twitter. We was discussing. I think we was talking about the you remember the hello breaking up.
No, I hear you, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, we had a discussion, man. We was talking about how you said you wanted to put you put Manny Pacquiao. You wanted to put Manny Pacquiao up as fighter of the year.
Well,
for fighting Chris
debatable.
Algieri.
It's debatable. I mean, wouldn't you want to see Mayweather fight a Keith Thurman undefeated or a Kell Brook undefeated? I mean, isn't that what Pacquiao does? Didn't he just fight a pound-for-pound fighter? Wouldn't you want to see Mayweather fight a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter?
Oh, absolutely. But now that's not really fair because Mayweather did fight Canelo, who was an undefeated fighter.
Okay, that was last year.
Yeah, and if you talk about, I mean, there's a difference between undefeated fighters. You can have 19 fights and be undefeated and be 35-2. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that the one with 19 fights is a better fighter?
Well, obviously, level of fights, it comes into play, but we seen what Algieri was capable of. It was a decent opponent. It wasn't a bad opponent, only because we understand the politics. But let's be real. People complain about Mayweather ducking guys like Cotto, Williams, and Margarito. Why is there never mention? So is Pacquiao ducking Thurman? Is he ducking Porter? Has he ducked Malignaggi? Did he duck Maidana? Amir Khan? I mean, the list goes on and on. Devin Alexander, when he was an undefeated champ? I mean, I don't get it. I mean,
yeah,
I don't understand. I think, listen, I think with what both men have to pick and choose from, Pacquiao did okay, and I didn't put him in there. He was voted in there. That's what you're not getting. I didn't put him in there. All I did was make a case for him, and he does make a case. He defeated a once pound-for-pound number 3 fighter, and Timothy Bradley has shown heart, skills, determination. He's shown he's world class. And then he defeated an undefeated fighter who was coming off of a hot win. I mean, who else has done other things better than that except the names that we mentioned? And again, all of those, can be, picked and choose from. I mean, if you don't want to give it to Pacquiao, then how could Sergey Kovalev be mentioned for beating a 50-year-old fighter?
Ness, you're missing my point. I'm not saying, because I think I agree with, I think that Terrence Crawford should have got it. My point was that if you want to nominate Pacquiao for fighting Algieri, then you should nominate, then you have to put Floyd into it too, because Floyd had 2 of the biggest fights last year. With Maidana. That was 2 of the biggest events.
Floyd fought Maidana.
You can't see Algieri. You can't say that Algieri. Let
me allow you. Hold on. Let me allow you to understand something. You want us to give credit to a guy that was a 12-1 underdog and had a good fight. So now we have to say, okay, you were supposed to beat this dude 12 times. 12 times you were supposed to beat him. But he made it a tough fight, so we're going to give you credit because he was a top 10 welterweight, and then you fought him again in the same year, and you did what you were supposed to do the first time, and you want me to give him more credit. He should be fighter of the year because he's the guy that
I agree with the caller.
Would beat him 12-1.
I agree with the caller. The caller's right.
Yeah, of course. Man, come on, man. Of course. You love being on the other side.
No, I love you. You're my best. You're my best friend, man. But I can't ride with you on this.
A guy with 19 fights, a kickboxer,
a champion.
This is
a champion.
You can't give him credit for Chris Algieri, man. Maidana, look at Maidana's resume and compare that to Chris Algieri. A fighter can have 10 fights and be undefeated. Does that make him
12-1? 12-1. He was a 12-1 dog, my friend. He was not supposed to get those first 5 rounds. What don't you get? Algieri was a 7-1, and he got knocked down 6 times.
The only reason why you say that is because you picked Algieri. That's the only reason why you saying that.
He just killed you. He just killed you. He just killed you. He just killed you.
Yo, don't you get
Call the EMS. You had to call the EMS in here. You're gone.
Hey, Beeb, he doesn't get that it makes me look worse that I'm giving Pacquiao Fighter of the Year or nominee for Fighter of the Year for beating a guy that I thought he would beat. I mean, I thought would beat him, right? Because I picked Algieri. I picked him, remember?
Yeah, you picked Maidana too.
Okay.
In the first fight to beat Mayweather.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and now you saying it was a 12-1, but I'm saying, let's just keep it real, man. All I'm saying is if you want to nominate Pac, you should nominate Floyd.
We're not nominating Floyd. We're not going to nominate him.
No, he's right, Ness. There's nothing Pacquiao did.
He's not getting an award for doing what he's supposed to do.
And Pacquiao did what he was supposed to do. Pacquiao was supposed to kick Algieri's ass.
Pacquiao was voted in. Why is it like I put Pacquiao in there? I didn't put that motherfucker in there.
No, but you started the show off by discrediting Mayweather. You said, "Oh yeah, some fighters they need to fight undefeated," and then you went on and then you brought back with.
Why not? Why not? Listen. No.
Mayweather to put Pacquiao on the list.
I'm not putting dirt on Mayweather. I'm stating fucking facts. Mayweather.
That wasn't no facts.
Let me talk.
Nestor Gibb facts. No.
Okay, so this is all right. Let me talk. This is not a fact.
You talk about Paul Williams. You still talk about Paul Williams. Would you pick Paul Williams in that fight? Come on, man.
I'm not talking about Paul Williams. I hate when motherfuckers bring up Paul Williams and Margarito.
But you mentioned Paul Williams. You said Cotto. You said Paul Williams.
I said that's what people say. That's who they think he's ducked. Okay, but let me tell you something. Beeb wants to call it Ness facts. No, the fact of the matter is this: Heyman has Mayweather, Maidana, Amir Khan, Luis Collazo, everyone at 147, Thurman, Porter, everyone. Okay, so there should be no fucking reason Mayweather doesn't have an opponent. Pacquiao doesn't have who to choose from.
Oh.
No, don't say B.
Isn't that too bad?
Don't say because Pacquiao he is doing the best that he can. Mayweather is not.
Manny, good job, Manny.
That's the bias right there.
Okay.
That's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Pacquiao passes, man.
And Heyman writes this kid checks every month too, and he's still talking like this.
Okay, so was Maidana the best possible fight that could have been made, maybe?
No, the Pacquiao fight was.
So was the rematch the best possible fight that could have been made?
Absolutely not, but neither was the Algieri match. So according to your logic, then the caller is correct. The caller is saying, I'm sorry, what's your name?
But who fought the pound for pound fight? Who fought the pound for pound?
I can't even get the guy's name.
The pound for pound fighter this year.
He's not a pound for pound fighter, Ness. Come on,
Bradley is. Oh, silence now.
Bradley's a much better fighter than Maidana. I'll agree with that. That's for sure.
We'll give you 1 point there, but
it's based on resume. So if both guys listen, you guys are making this so difficult. Both guys had 2 fights. Both guys had 2 fights. All you got to do is equal both fights.
Okay, but Mayweather fought a solid opponent twice. Pacquiao fought a solid opponent once.
But you want me to give Mayweather an award for doing the same thing twice?
He shouldn't even have fought him once. It was a disgraceful matchup.
No, Stuart, let's give him an award. Let's give him an award because he beat the guy we knew he was going to beat.
Well, I guess the argument is this. You shouldn't have nominated Pacquiao, but if you're going to nominate Pacquiao, you might as well just have nominated Floyd too. That's all the caller's saying. That's all the caller's saying.
I can't even believe you haven't fessed up to fucking voting him in. I didn't vote that fight in.
I didn't vote that fight in.
You're such a liar.
That was Robbie, not me.
Robbie's on the line and he doesn't lie.
No,
Robbie, you were there.
I did not vote Pacquiao in for Fighter of the Year.
I know, but you said that you should be in the conversation.
It was Beeb and he's lying on you.
It was not me.
Such a liar.
I swear on a stack of Bibles it was not me.
Look at the smile on his face.
First of all,
it wasn't me.
Terrence Crawford should be Fighter of the Year.
He is Fighter of the Year. Pacquiao is only a nominee. This caller's just obsessed with Mayweather.
Ooh, you can't say that. That's a dig. That's a dig. You don't insult the callers like that.
Hey, listen.
Yes. Let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a
Floyd
question.
Mayweather should not get Fighter of the Year credit for doing what he's supposed to do, and it's his own fault that he had to give the guy a rematch, because if he would have done it correctly the first time, this conversation wouldn't even be happening.
Exactly.
Well said, Robbie. Well said.
The second fight never happened in the first place.
No. Wait. Let's give him credit. Let's give him credit for beating up a guy he knew he was gonna beat. Remember this?
If you believe in your skills like you say you believe in your skills, how much you ever making for the fight, I bet I beat you. Going in silence makes the best. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, you forgot that? He was so confident he wanted to bet purses. What happened? What happened? He did what he was supposed to do.
And so did
Maidana.
Pacquiao.
Maidana made it competitive.
And so did Pacquiao. Pacquiao did what he was supposed to do.
Haters out there, they're gonna kill me saying I discredited Maidana. No, Maidana made it competitive, and I picked Maidana. But Floyd did what he was supposed to do.
How could you say that if you picked against him? You didn't think he was supposed to do it because you picked against him.
Because I thought Maidana had the power. If he got one shot, that's all I wanted.
All right, so you just blew a hole through your own theory.
No, I always pick with my heart. I told you that, and I also made a conscious decision to.
Then you should never gamble. I hope you never gamble. I hope you never gamble.
A conscious decision to stop during the show, and I said I wouldn't do that because you guys thought that I was a retard, right?
I gotta call your wife and tell her never to let you gamble.
I've been picking wrong, have I? Because guess what? It's easy to pick the fucking favorites. That's all you guys do is hide behind.
Yeah, I know. I always pick the favorites. I picked 3 underdogs last year, and I made a kill.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, brother? Finish up.
Yeah. Now, I just want to ask you one question. This is a little hypothetical. I know how you love those. What would happen if Maidana fought Algieri in Argentina?
Marcus Maidana would kill Chris Algieri.
Robbie. You know what they call that, Ness?
Yeah, right, Robbie. Yeah, right.
Ness,
I pick Algieri. I will pick Algieri.
Okay, you lose again.
Ness. They call that Buenos noches in Buenos Aires. That's all I got.
I love it, brother. I love it.
Love the show. I'm out. Right, peace, yo.
Later, bro. Thanks for calling in all the way from Sweden, man. Loved it. Let me see.
Maidana with Wax Algieri.
210, you're live. I don't know because we got a 210, but he's never in Texas. Who's this?
He's the one in Florida because he's in the military.
Yeah, this is me, man. This is
All
great.
right. Yeah, all right.
What's going on? Say Happy New Year to y'all.
Man, thank you, brother.
Hey, I just had a couple questions. Y'all think like if this fight got made, would Mayweather like announce it maybe like a Super Bowl weekend on a commercial or something?
That's the goal. That's the goal because he's always done that and said that. It's always after. That's why I said like we're gonna hear a lot of stuff, but we're not gonna hear nothing until after that.
No, but the Super Bowl's in February though. He's not gonna. You think he's gonna wait that till February to announce this fight?
No, it'll be February 1st.
All right, and you have all of February, April, May. It's time to fight. Yeah. That's a training camp.
Yep.
I think this fight's going to be announced maybe either next week or the week after.
Well, man, listen, from your lips to God's ears.
It's going to happen, baby. Don't worry. Hey, it's going to happen. Don't worry about it, everybody. It's going to happen.
Hey, do y'all think y'all talking a lot about Canelo and Cotto being on a separate fight, but how much would this fight sell if Canelo and Cotto was the co-main event to a Manny Pacquiao?
Never happen. It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
Never happen.
Y'all don't think so?
No,
I like your idea, but it'll never happen.
Yeah, it's the problem.
You'll never get 4 divas on the same card.
No, it's not even about that. If you could get past the egos and like Stuart said, the people that act like divas, the promoters wouldn't do it because they'll lose money.
Aaron would never let this. Aaron would never let that happen.
You got guys like fucking Beeb here who don't even want to fight in a stadium. Imagine 4 games in a 16,000 foot, 16,000 seat joint. Like nobody. Come on, it's a waste of money.
I don't like stadiums.
Damn.
Cotto Canelo. Listen. Cotto Canelo in Texas does anywhere from 40, not even 40 is on the low end because Trout did 40.
Yes, it's gonna happen in MSG. Just deal with it, but you have to accept that.
MSG with no traffic. Let me tell you something. No traffic. The Camaro fully washed. The red just pearling off the sun. No traffic. no potholes. I'll get to MSG in 11 minutes, and I still won't go. I won't go. I would rather go to Texas.
And they love you at MSG too. You get the world treatment there, and you would still not go there.
No, thank you.
You're ridiculous.
No, thank you.
You have your own suite, the MSG, and you still wouldn't go?
Canelo has the right to be seen by his fans on the biggest stage. And while Cotto has a lot,
you're gonna lose your press pass over this. I hope you're not listening to you.
Has a lot of fans.
You're gonna lose your press pass.
While Cotto has a lot of fans, I think that this fight together they will generate more in Texas.
Oh, why do you care so much?
With the stadium, I think you could just got to look at Froch Groves. I mean, no one complained about that fight, and then some of them, 80,000. Some of them could hardly see the ring. I mean, because the event was so good, the atmosphere.
Why would you want to go to a fight where you can't even see the ring? Why would you want to?
He was such a negative Nancy. He was a negative Nancy. Leave him alone. Listen, finish up.
Do you hear what Stuart just said? They couldn't even see the ring.
I think like the reason why Cotto hasn't signed is because maybe Canelo's demanding. He's demanding a date. You know what I mean? Like he's the B-side. In my opinion, Canelo's the B-side, but he's demanding a date. And
yeah,
Cotto's
that could be
not
part
off
of it. That could be part of it because his last quote was that basically he's fighting on May 2nd.
No, he's not.
But that's
you're not. No, you're not. Your own promoter said you're not. You're not.
It comes down to who signs their contract first, Steve.
Doesn't matter. He's not fighting on May 2nd, man. Because Pacquiao's fighting on May 2nd with Mayweather.
Well, let me get to some other callers, brother. We got them lined up here, man. Thanks for calling in as always. 917, you're up the bat.
Hey, what's up, my brother Ness? This is Mr. Logan.
Logan, what's up?
I want to talk about chilling, brother, chilling. I wanted to talk about the Mayweather thing with Pacquiao. Now, if Cotto's the A side, when you think he will fight in June around the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's when it's happening.
That's what should happen.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with that. I believe
what's gonna happen.
What should happen, but economically, I'm sure that they're trying to present to Cotto that economically it makes more sense to go to Texas.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I feel that. To get more, to make more money. It's all about the bread at the end of the day. And the thing with Pacquiao and Floyd, I feel like they should just put aside all the bullshit, make a super fight, make with all the people on the undercards, all like important names that'll bring money. And my prediction, if they do that, it'll be like $100 for pay-per-view, $110 for HD, and they will make money. Pretty much anywhere they put this fight, it's gonna make money. So that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
The thing with the promoters, the thing with Pacquiao is Pacquiao. I think he has a lot on his plate. Trying to run his country and as far as boxing and a lot of other shit. So
Congressman, basketball player, basketball professional team owner. It's a weirdo.
He's doing too much.
Let's be real. He's no Kobe Bryant, is he? Let's be real.
Well,
I mean, he should stick to his fucking boxing. Stay away from basketball. It was ridiculous even watching it.
He traded the speedball for the basketball.
Ridiculous just watching him in that basketball court. It was embarrassing. I had to turn it over.
Yeah, he's kind of a bum and ball. You know what I'm saying? He's better off.
Stuart, you know what's embarrassing? That you admitted you fucking watched that shit.
Leave him now. Why? How can he not watch it when it's being thrown in his face?
Whatever the fucking thing's called, All Access. It was there, and 1 minute
they're shoving it down your throat. You have no.
Next minute he's shooting.
I thought you meant you actually watched the live.
What do you think the kid lives in a vacuum?
I'm gonna go and watch a live game in Philippines. Have a word.
What do you think the kid lives in a vacuum? I mean, he doesn't have YouTube. Come on, Ness, cut it out.
Anyway, Logan.
I watched it on All Access. It was just ridiculous to watch. It really was.
Yeah, it is. But the thing with Stavern and Wild, see, Stavern has. I feel like if Stavern's gonna knock him out, it's gonna be like an overhand because he's a very, Dante Wild is a tall guy. But like you said, with that jab that he has, it has power in it. It's not just a jab. He throws a jab.
He paused.
And remember the Malik Scott Everybody was all calling it a
Oh, you stop with this Malik Scott.
Yeah, you called it a phantom
Malik
punch,
Scott.
but nobody gave him credit for the left hook that landed before the.
Yeah, it was a devastating glancing blow off the top of his head. Cut it out.
You call it a fluke. It's 31 other people out there that say it's real.
Whatever, man.
At the end of the day, man, he has power, and that's what makes that not. That's what makes people not question that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he pulled the power out of his pocket. You know, he had the power, and he stunned the guy off a jab. I mean, a straight right that was blocked.
Did you see that last guy that he fought? I mean, with all due respect, I mean,
See what he did to Liakovic? Stavern ain't never did nothing like that.
I don't think so. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to get to some other callers, man, all right?
All right, my brother. Have a good one.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. Ben Umar, you're live. What's going on, brother? Talk to us.
What's up, bro? Happy New Year, Ness. Happy New Year, B.
Happy New Year, my man. How you doing?
Thank you.
No problem. Merry Christmas cracker, Stuart Little. But let me
Oh.
move on.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Let me get my Dominican dream on, Ness. What y'all niggas want to know?
We want to know why Bob Arum has presented a counter offer to a Mayweather Pacquiao fight offer, allegedly by Michael Kuntz.
All right. Well, with that Bob Arum Mayweather situation, see, I think they're like two little boys in the sandbox fighting for a ball. Nobody want to give up the upper hand with them two, man, because they hate each other. So I don't believe nothing either one of them got to say when it regards each other. That's just some bullshit. But I don't even want to talk about Mayweather. I don't want to talk about Pacquiao. I don't talk about none of the niggas. Can we talk about, because I just heard y'all talking about the Bermain-Savern, because that's the next fight we got coming up, right?
Yes.
All right,
What about the young bull, though? What about the young bull? Basically calling out Cotto, saying why he ain't signed yet. Let's make the fight.
Who called out Cotto?
Canelo.
Canelo.
He's saying that Cotto is dragging his feet in the mud. He's already accepted Cotto's terms. Why he didn't sign the contract?
Nigga, you already know I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, man. Don't make me turn into a Puerto Rican on you, Boricua all day.
I'm just saying. He mentioned that. He even said that. He even said, yo, never has a Puerto Rican ducked a Mexican and never has a Mexican ducked a Puerto Rican. So what's going on?
I don't think Cotto's ducking him. I think Canelo just has a misconception of his level. He thinks he's the A side. He thinks he deserves to be A side, but he needs to get to his place like the little boy he is.
Play your position.
On the show.
Play your position, brother. That's what he needs to do.
Thank you, B. Play your fucking position, fam. You're not there yet. If he beats Cotto, that'll be like, look at it this way, Ness.
So let me ask you a question.
It's like this. You want my spot? Come take it. That's what it is. Come take my spot.
Are you saying that this fight could only happen if Canelo agrees to fight in New York City?
Yep.
I think the only way this fight should happen is if Canelo should fight in New York City. Why?
Absolutely.
Move out of his fucking comfort zone that he's earned in New York, whether it be the Barclay or whether Madison Square, his house. Why should he move to fucking Texas for this guy ain't done nothing? Think about it logically, Ness. This guy, all his big wins are controversial.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can't tell me. You may say he won, but all of them are controversial. So why should Cotto bend over backwards for this clown?
Because economically, he could present. Listen, because economically he could present a very strong offer in Texas.
Nah, come on, man.
Well, he can present the same. You telling me if Cotto presents a fight in New York, the building ain't sold out, nigga? You know I'm gonna be there.
But that's only 18 to 20.
But Ben, let me just tell you like what I've been telling him. He doesn't understand that when you go to places like MGM Grand and Madison Square Garden, the tickets are going to be more expensive. So monetarily, it's still going to do the same amount of money. Because when you go fight in Texas, the seats are like $20. You go and you fight at MGM Grand or you fight in Madison Square Garden, the seats are substantially more money. So it's not going to be more money for the fighters. He's worried about people paying $20 to sit 300 freaking yards away from the fucking Can't see shit anyway, so what the fuck is the sense?
Ness, before you cut me off, let me piggyback off what Beeb just said. Beeb's 100% right. Because MGM Grand sits, what, 16,000 or something like that?
Exactly.
That's right.
And what are the prices are going to be? They ain't going to be no $20 tickets.
Tickets will probably be like, let's say $100, right?
For which fight?
Say Cotto, Canelo, and MGM.
Yeah, the cheapest seats will be $300.
It's $100, say,
no,
right?
They'll be like $300. The cheapest seats, trust me, they'll be like $300.
See, he's talking 300. I was going low at 300.
Yeah, you're going a little bit low, bro. No disrespect, but they'll be about $300. Okay, you go fight the stadium for $20.
What Beeb is saying, the difference is negligible. It doesn't matter. They're gonna make the same gate regardless, and he's
Thank you.
Right
You don't understand that.
No.
You don't understand that shit.
No.
You don't understand that shit.
No, listen, because
you're wrong, brother. You're wrong.
What he doesn't understand is this, Ben Umar, right? Wherever those $100 seats that he's talking about, or those $300 seats, right? Wherever those are at, a stadium has more seating. So above that you got $60 seats and $50 seats.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You got $20. You got $20 tickets at a fucking stadium, and the most expensive fucking.
What stadium you talking about?
So let me ask you. You telling me that ringside seats are gonna cost the same thing that someone in the rafters is gonna pay?
But they ain't gonna be no fucking 3,000 like they would be at a fucking real fight.
Seating in the fucking stadium.
Not ringside. They don't. Ringside is the same amount of seating everywhere.
But yes, right. What stadium is there in Vegas? What do you?
No. We're talking Texas.
He thinks Cotto's gonna go to Texas and fight in front of freaking 40,000 Mexicans.
I'm not saying
when he's the A side. He's gonna give up his fucking home court advantage. Get the fuck out of here.
Ben Umar, listen.
Get the fuck out of here.
He did 40 with Trout. Cotto's no Trout.
But Ness, don't you know better, my nigga? You know better. When he did that 40 with Trout, they were selling fucking
$10 tickets. $10. I'm not denying that.
If you selling fucking say 15,000 $10 tickets, that don't add up to nothing. You feel me?
But I'm not. Listen, I'm not denying that.
Ben, you're talking to a wall. He don't get it, man.
I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is, it still attracts more. So you're still gonna get the regular price tickets, but you can still offer
ringside tickets will not be $3,000 at a stadium.
Let me give you the trump card what Cotto's looking at. Regardless of the gate, you may even be able to win the argument with the gate, which I disagree, but you may be able to win
the argument. He's wrong with the gate. He's wrong with the gate.
What's the building gonna look like if Cotto pulls his A-side card in New York? It's gonna be 75% Rican in that motherfucker, and then the rest is gonna be Dominican brothers and then the randoms. He gonna have everybody on the top. So why go to Texas where you have 100% Mexican?
Yo, you're breaking up.
Why do that? Why do that?
That's like the Patriots. That's like the Patriots getting home court advantage in the playoffs.
You guys
giving it up.
You guys are forgetting this is the same kid that offered him last year $10 million. So obviously now the offer is either the same or stronger. And there's a reason for that because
you can't have it both. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't say Mayweather's the A-side.
Look, that's all hypothetical. I don't even know why I'm being attacked on that. I'm just saying maybe that's the reason that there's a holdup. Because why else? According to Canelo, he's agreed. He signed. He's asking why hasn't Cotto signed. So
the fight's going to be in MSG then, right?
Contract to fight where though, Ness?
He did. Well, they said all that the quotes say is that it's May 2nd. No venue. May 2nd, though.
That may be what the holdup is because you know Cotto don't fight nowhere. I mean, that one fight he had in Orlando just because of whatever.
Yes, but again,
Ben,
listen, Ben, again, according to what Canelo is saying, he has agreed. He said, I've already granted Miguel Cotto a lot of things to make this fight happen. It's been more than a month, and Miguel Cotto hasn't signed the contract.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, then, hey, I don't know what's going on there, but I know one thing. If they fight in New York, I'm going to be in there to make it real uncomfortable for Canelo. I'll guarantee you that. I'm going to make it real uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're gonna watch your boy. You're gonna watch your boy get knocked the fuck out. That'd be enjoyable.
Yeah, cut it out now. You guys have been freaking hating on Cotto long enough. When you guys are gonna give him the
Hey, was that the Caucasian talking to me? I don't have conversation with
Yeah,
Caucasians.
the white boy. You know, the white boy that exposes you, ain't it, bitch boy Binyuma?
Yo, Ness, I'm gonna move on from this faggot, man, because I don't deal with homosexuals.
Betsy's here waiting for you, mate. Anytime you want to come.
You guys are so far from each other. I don't even understand why would you guys do.
I'm gonna fly them out in the neutral territory.
Robert Ortiz in the building.
Yo, am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Mic check 1 2.
Hell
You're
yeah,
on.
dude.
On.
I've been waiting. Oh man, I've been waiting months to get back onto the Boxing Voice, man. I just got to start by congratulating you guys, and especially you, Robbie. You came on board. You weren't officially part of the panel. You worked your way up, and you're an awesome co-host, dude. And I love it. I'm excited where you guys are going for the new year, and the fact that I came in a little late, so I just before I reply to this, did Pacquiao get voted Fighter of the Year?
No. That was just a caller didn't like the fact that when we put our panel of awards together, that Pacquiao was mentioned for possible fighter.
He was nominated. He was nominated.
He was a nominee. He was a nominee.
He got mad. He got mad. He was a nominee, and he took it out on me at that. When Beeb is the one.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was not me. Stop. That's freaking.
Nominating or was it
It was a vote system. It was a vote system, but obviously when thinking of the categories, we were thinking of the nominees. So Beeb was like, well,
wasn't me.
No, that's not the Fighter of the Year.
Stop saying it was me, bro. You're lying. That's defamation of character. I'll put a suit out on you right now.
No matter which way, I was thinking maybe the fans voted him in on the site or something. But
it was Ness.
Something that I have noticed is the large amount of fans commenting online and everything, and I notice a great deal of them. Some of them don't speak English and like properly, or they're not writing it, and I've noticed some of them tend to be Pacquiao fans, and it's just reminding me of 2010, the year that the Pactar came into existence, and I mean that to no disrespect to any Filipinos or anything, and I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. I love him and everything, but yeah, he's got some crazy fans and they love him, and I noticed they're commenting on everything now, which means two things. It means the Boxing Voice is taking off and it's reaching new places, and also it means that Pacquiao for sure is back and recovered from his knockout, and that Mayweather fight is very, very much a meaningful fight again. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, but here's the debate we've been having, Robert. See, Floyd made an offer to Pacquiao. Pacquiao went back to him and made a counter offer. Our point is, for most of this show, has been Pacquiao does not have any negotiating power because Pacquiao is not the A-side fighter. Floyd is the A-side fighter, and Pacquiao has said repeatedly as the fighter, I'll take anything that I'm offered. It's Bob Arum and people that work around him that are messing up these negotiations. That's been our whole argument during the show.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to touch too much on Pacquiao Mayweather because I mean we're going to go back and forth ad nauseum, but until something is signed. But I will say this much is that I feel that what Jose was saying earlier as far as Pacquiao and his whole crew and who's like his lawyer and he doesn't know what's going on. I think the one guy in Pacquiao's whole stable that makes any sense as far as his boxing career is Bob Arum, and he's the only constant. He's been there through the whole thing, through his rise to superstardom, and why would he ever get rid of that guy? And no matter what, Mayweather's going to have to deal with him. And from Mayweather's perspective, he's the only guy who's ever actually really tried to negotiate. From the way I see it, the history, I mean, obviously, you know, Ness, you hate going back and forth and all that, but, you know, Pacquiao's the one who declined 2 different offers. He has declined them, and it's like a failed marriage. Why keep going back? Okay, you got your kid, which is the fight itself, and you want to raise this kid together, but it's just not working out. So one of you's got to get, you know, custody rights, and the other one doesn't, and that's Mayweather getting custody rights because he's still the bigger pay-per-view star. But what I really wanted to talk about was this Cotto Canelo deal, because I've been doing a little bit of research here, and I don't even understand why Cotto's the A side. As far as pay-per-view numbers, they're doing the same pay-per-view numbers.
No, they're not.
And as far as you know,
Rob, when you
Canelo
say
has
the
sold
same,
more.
Rob, when you say the same and you say you've been doing research, I mean, I'd expect you to give us some actual numbers.
Okay, look at their most recent figures. Cotto did 350,000 buys against Martinez.
375.
About that much against Lara, and he did that much
Rob,
months earlier again.
Rob, where are you getting this information from? Because I don't know if you hear Beeb or not, but he's kind of discrediting everything you say slightly in the background.
I mean, I'm just Google searching it, and it's and I'm actually going with ESPN with Dan Rachel because he's a very reliable source, and yeah, he has said 350,000 buys for the Martinez-Cotto fight, and it's somewhere in that ballpark, 300 plus buys for Canelo versus Lara, as well as Canelo versus Angulo. So, and then you even take a step back a little bit. When they both fought Mayweather, Cotto and Mayweather drew 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. Cotto versus Canelo drew 2 million pay-per-view buys. So
2.2.
2.2 million pay-per-view buys. And then when you look at their number of tickets they sold, when you put Canelo in something that's bigger than an average size arena, he sold 40,000 tickets. When you
and he's the reason.
Wait, hold on.
And he's partial reason for Mayweather's tickets.
Exactly. And you put Cotto in a stadium, in Yankee Stadium, he sold 20,000 tickets. So that sells out the Garden, but he can't sell any more than that. So, I'm not disrespecting Cotto because, you know, obviously he's a legend, and he shut my ass up earlier last year in that Martinez fight. I didn't think he would do it, you know. And, you know, I'll always be a Canelo fan from now on. That boy has shown some balls, dude. He took a tune-up fight against a great fighter. He went after the guy that everyone said is the king of the division, and now he's saying, fuck it, you can be the A side if you want. He probably doesn't think. Sorry, those are my dogs. They're going crazy. My wife just got home. But, I mean, he probably doesn't even think that Cotto is the A side, but he's just giving him the ball just to say, fuck it, dude, let's fight. I want to fight you. Let's make it happen.
The same way he did in the Mayweather fight by taking catch weight because he just wanted to fight.
Exactly. So you got to give credit to that guy. If he fucking loses the next 10 fights, I'm going to be a fan just because of what he's done as a cash cow. He's done right by that standard. So.
Well, if Canelo is going to allow Cotto to be the A side, then count on the fight happening in Madison Square Garden because he won't fight anywhere else.
Yeah, you say that, but he has fought in other places.
No, I know he has fought in other places, but when he's got control, when he's got negotiating power, I mean, for example, he put the Martinez fight in Madison Square Garden. I would suspect if you give him the right to be the A side, that's where he'll put the Canelo fight.
Possibly, but Rob,
which is fine.
What else you got for us, brother?
That's about it. I just wanted to go back real quick, and then I'll go. I've always hated on Guillermo Rigondeaux because I've never liked his style because he's so good. I would always get frustrated by him just waiting around and everything. But I was really impressed by what I saw. I mean, albeit not the best opposition, but seeing what he can do when he's up against not that good opposition, he got that job done. And it just reminded me that, damn, this guy is a great fighter. So I have to commend him for his strategies against other great fighters. I mean, Joseph Abeko at the time was still pretty good, Nonito, he was a pound for pound guy. That patience that he had, I gained a new respect watching a fight against a bum for the fights that he had that I didn't like. I gained a new respect for those fights now. So I have to give props to him because I've always been really, really hard on him, and I've been a hater basically. So that's all. Thanks, guys.
All right, EJ, Boxing Live, long time no hear, brother. What's going on, man? I don't know. We seem to be having some difficulties with having you and Stewart on at the same time, so he gracefully bowed out to allow you on.
Oh, man, it's a shame. It's a shame, man. Missed those shirt. Representing the UK. Doing a good job as well. Happy New Year, Nez. Happy New Year, B. Happy New Year, Ringside Robbie.
Happy New Year, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too, man. You guys are doing a great job. I'm over here in the UK still just doing my thing. But yeah, man, you guys are chiming in on the. I'm just chiming in briefly on.
EJ, I gotta interrupt you to tell you that I think you did a fairly marvelous job. I actually watched the Inua fight on your stream, and and I appreciate that, man. It was good because listen, I watched the Rigo fight, and I was forced to listen to fucking Japanese that I didn't even know what was going on. So
I'm uploading that. I'm uploading that right now as we speak. I've done a good job on that one. That one's uploading as well, so you can get the commentary on that one. So what Ned is talking about, like you got all the Spanish and some Japanese and Russian. What I do on my channel, EJ Boxing Live, is that I do commentary on it, because it's hard to watch, in different language. You kind of have to turn the volume down. So I've got the Hogan and Linares fight over there. I've got Ninoue Nui beating up Omar Novaya, and I've got the Rigo fight over there when he beat up Kagashi Amagaso. That's there. You can check it out. But yeah, the Rigo fight being uploaded right now. So I'm glad you enjoyed it because a lot of people,
it was good, man.
Yeah. I was just gonna comment on them fights as well, man. I mean, over there in Japan, I know these little guys in the flyweight. You got what's his name again? What's the guy who always talks about the little guys over there on your thing?
Oh, Nelta.
Yeah, he over there talking about. But you guys like to see for yourself that they got some great fights over there. But you need to check out Inoue Nui. Right, this kid jumped up 2 weights to the super flyweight division and beat up a long-standing Omar Novaya and bashed him up in 2 rounds, and it's spectacular. This kid is someone to watch, and that was in his 8th fight. That was a beating he put on that guy, man. Everyone was shocked, man. They didn't know what was going on. Linares picking up the vacant WBC flyweight championship, yeah. Obviously, Omar Figueroa didn't want to fight him. That was a great fight as well. And there was some other fights over there on Japan I'm covering as well. But let me talk about this Mayweather thing. It's Mayweather joint, man. So Mayweather and Bob Arum, they're going backwards and forwards. It's good. They got them back and forth because you know that they want to try and make the fight. I mean, they're doing offers and counter offers. That means they really want to make the fight. It shows that both participants really want to make the fight. And hopefully for 2015, the fight will be done. That's what the fight fans want to see and come to conclusion and stop all this backwards and forwards talks, man. That's what the fight fans really want to see, man. Over in the UK, Kell Brook, recovering from his stabbing injury. I heard he's got an opponent coming up in February. I heard he was looking at someone like what's his name again, Brandon Reyes, but I don't think they're gonna probably get an easier opponent than that, yeah. But hopefully he's recovering, and then hopefully he can solidify. Amir Khan doing his thing. Over in the UK, excellent. I didn't think he was gonna win that fight. I actually picked against him. I got some crew to in that fight. That's that was last year. In 2015, you can give me a pass at that. But yeah, that was a good fight. But Amir Khan still for me maybe need one more fight. Or even just leave maybe alone. Let's go for the big money fight for try and get with Kell Brook because that's what we want to see. And the Deontay Wilder versus the Vern. Whoever wins that fight is going to be in position to try and challenge for the Klitschko, so that's looking good next year, man. That's definitely looking good this year. You guys are doing a great job over there, man. B, Nez, even Stuart over there, man. Stuart did a good job because the thing is with Stuart, like, even a lot of people don't disagree with him, his opinions a lot of people feel the same way about him, especially when he says about Pacquiao. It's like everyone, I like Floyd, but if some people say something against someone, it's good to have various different opinions. Ringside Robbie doing his thing over there, the Fight Doctor. Chime in every now and again. The show's wild, man. I'm glad you got us back on over on Skype. Thank you guys for having me on today. And I wish you guys a happy New Year 2015. I appreciate you guys.
All right, EJ, man, thank you. And, man, keep doing your thing over there with those commentary fights because, listen, I'm a guy that seeks out all fights. That was a breath of fresh air. I believe, I believe you should keep doing that for real. But we got a bunch of other people here to get to. Let me see. Where did we stop? I think it's 626.
Robert Ortiz, so whoever's next.
626, you're live. Who's this?
Speak of the devil, right?
Hey, Nelta.
I knew you was gonna call in though. It was only a matter of time. I mean, it was just too many midgets fighting and for you not to call.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, pound for pound, gram for gram, however you want to say it. Now Inoue was the fighter of the year. His fighter of the year run is the best run in probably the last 10 years. Can't put anybody else up against that shit.
Beeb disagrees with you.
What would I say?
But how? What? Oh, what? Was that about the whole Pacquiao thing or what?
No, he disagrees that Inoue should be fighter of the year.
Why is that?
I don't know. Ask him.
I don't really care who's fighter of the year. My fighter of the year is Terrence Crawford, man. That's all.
Come on.
That's a hey, Nelta, tell him that's a commercial ass pick, right?
Exactly, man. That's the
All right, whatever, man.
fucking Cheerios of the boxing world. And shit.
Okay, man.
You gotta get that whole grain.
I think Beeb's afraid of you, man. He's trying to, Beeb, you're trying to avoid this conversation. Got your head down over there.
I'm tweeting I'm talking with somebody right now tweeting, but Nayo, I respect.
I think you always have to do
I always
a little bit with some of this. I
always respect
a little bit with some of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nelson.
No, motherfucker, I didn't say my name was different. What the fuck?
Oh, you said your name was Nelson.
No, I didn't. You need to clean your motherfucking nails out, nigga.
You remember that ass whooping he gave you last year? You don't want no parts of that 2015, huh?
All right, whatever. Yeah, Naota's cool, man. I respect Naota's opinion, but I don't always agree with it. I mean, he knows that.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Now to get his ass with that commercial pick, man. Don't let him slide.
Yeah, no. See, if Crawford would have knocked out Gamboa, knocked out Beltran, fuck that, not beat him, but knocked him out, and then gone up to welterweight and then knocked off, killed Brooke. That's pretty much equivalent to what Naoya Inoue did.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win fight of the year in your opinion, though?
Took out an established champ. Well, I mean, the Boxing Writers Association of America, I think they'll actually give it to Inoue because they've been pushing for it. Gioli has been pushing for it.
You really think they're gonna give it? You really think they're gonna give it to him? Honestly, you believe that?
I can see it. I mean, they gave it to Michael Carvajal way back when.
I bet you $500 they don't give it to him.
They gave fight of the year. They gave fight of the year to fucking Tachawal versus Punch Power. Like,
all right, but will you bet me $500 they don't give it to him and they give it to Crawford?
Ooh, calling his bluff.
Well, you're asking me to bet on
I don't fight for legacy.
fighters that oftentimes say pretty retarded shit. So I can't do that.
All right.
It's like the old Survivor insurance, man.
Beeb, that last soundbite sounded like, you remember the Mayweather one when you told him put his money where his mouth is?
Yeah. But you know what? He likes the lighter weight fighters. I give him respect. You know why? Because he educates people on the lighter weight fighters. So I don't ever want to discredit this man.
Nelta, you forced me to watch these little guys. I actually watched that fight.
That's why I don't disrespect him, because he does his homework. He watches everything. He'll watch two ants fight on the side of a curb, and I give the guy respect for that.
He actually adds a lot to the show when he talks about fighters that nobody else knows.
He teaches me stuff about fighters I don't know about, and I give him credit for
Chinese
that.
boxing. I have heard that Chinese boxing lacks any real power.
That's why I don't watch it.
Yeah, except for the fact that Naoya Inoue is Japanese and he scored a second-round knockout over a dude that Nonito Donaire got booed against for 12
Yeah, he ain't getting fighter of the year, man. Don't worry about it.
He's gonna get fighter. He's the actual fighter of the year.
He's gonna get the Naota fighter of the year. That's about it, man. He's gonna get a trophy. He's gonna get a trophy, right? That has like an ear with two cotton balls. Clean out your ears. You know what?
people who don't give, now Inoue Fighter of the Year are part of the Flat Earth Society. You know, they're still living in ancient times. That's
Yo,
when they thought that,
all I know is that Angel Garcia is gonna present the awards at the BWAs, and when he says that your boy is the runner-up, he's gonna get the runner-up award.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Your boy Inoue, he's gonna get the good boy award.
No, but he's not racist on that. You know, they try to call him racist, but he's not. Yeah.
Nah, man, it sucks that people don't get to see it because he had some real serious power too. It was just crazy. I mean, he was so aggressive and confident in his aggression, the way that he was coming in.
And it's skillful aggression too. Aggression. He was hitting them with the hook, hitting them with the overhand right. You know, he has a little bit of young Mayweather in him.
There was another dude. I have no clue who I watched because it was a Japanese stream. The names was in Japanese. Everything was fucking Japanese. But he was a strong kid too. He got a knockout quickly, and he just looked so technically sound. They look pretty good, man. But it's just
talking about.
I think he had reddish burgundy shorts, maybe with a black stripe. He was a light-skinned Japanese dude. Almost looked like Japanese American, almost, even the hair.
Deota, who wins, Wilder or Stavern? I know this is like several weight classes above what you like, but.
Oh, I got Wilder on that, man.
Wow, you got Wilder?
At the reach.
Oh, come on, man.
Delta, tell him put that $500 right there. Tell him put that $500 right there. He been throwing $500 around. He been talking about Stavern gonna beat Wilder with an overhand right. It's gonna be a counter.
Yeah, I got Stavern, man.
Will him in.
I got Stavern.
Well, I mean, I could see it happening, but I mean, I just think that Wilder has more advantages than Stavern does. It's pretty much gonna be whoever lands first. Because I mean, people are saying like, oh, well, Stavern it looks like he's built to take a punch. Well, then why the fuck was he getting rocked all over the place like a pinball by Areola?
I don't think he was getting rocked.
An 18 stone and he can bang. What's so you like about Areola? If he hits you, you stay hit. If he caught Deontay Wilder on the chin, he'd put him to sleep.
Well, he hit Ademic, and Ademic ain't stay hit, and he should have knocked Ademic out.
Ademic's a tough little fucker. He's tough, man.
Ademic was fucking all over the goddamn place in that fight. He can rock.
He's a tough guy, and he's not even a heavyweight. Let's be real. He's like a light heavyweight.
Yeah, he's an obese light heavyweight.
Well, what does that mean? That only means that Chris Areola does even worse because he lost to him.
I'm just saying he's a tough guy, that Ademic. Do you know what I mean? He is a tough guy. But Deontay Wilder, I just know that guy can't take a shot. I know.
Can't take a shot. He got knocked out several times in the amateurs.
I mean, Wilder's like a lot of fighters. He's like Andy Lee, like the Jackson brothers. You know, like it's either he's gonna knock you out or you're gonna knock him out.
Well, one thing is going to be certain. We're gonna have a lot of questions answered come January 17th, and
that fight's not going the distance.
Wilder has a lot of questions to answer, in my opinion.
In your opinion.
Well, honestly, I don't even think Stavern's going to answer any of them. I think Wilder's going to go in there, knock him the fuck out early, and Stavern's never even going to really touch him.
Wow, man. Wow, you're out of line here, man.
Drops mic and walks away.
Wow.
Yeah, man, Wilder's going to bomb squad the boy.
I don't think so, man.
Bama boy's going to be in the house.
Ness is showing his fanboyism right now.
No, but hey, yeah, Nessie. I mean, that whole card was good shit. You know, Pedro Guevara did his thing. He was another good fighter. He beat Kerry Agashi, who had that Chocolatito beat. You know, that shows he's legit. And also on that card, Ryuichi Taguchi was a guy that now he beat a little over a year and a half ago, and he's now a world champion. So a guy that he has already beat is a world champion. This dude's only 8 fights into his career, 7 by knockout. And he already has world champions under his, under guys that he's defeated. 2 by knockout, 1 by decision.
Yeah, but that's because those divisions are light, man. Those dudes be having like 20 fights and they already fought everybody twice.
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's always been a certain level of depth there, especially now, man. Flyweight is still the deepest division. Deeper than featherweight, deeper than welterweight.
You got to keep sending them emails to Hirschman, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm staying on it, man. I'm staying on it. Estrada, we need Estrada Quadras. We need Estrada Guevara. We need Guevara versus Francisco Rodriguez, who was in, the Fight of the Year candidate with Takayama. All them shit. Hey,
well,
bro,
you know, when Boxing After Dark started, we got to see a lot of little guys. HBO has gone away from that.
I mean, look at the Tapia. Look at the Tapia fucking documentary. That nigga was 115 when he first started that. Johnny Tapia.
I think we're in the times now where no one wants to see guys fight that weigh less than their girlfriends.
Fucking Stuart Little, baby.
It's a shame because
representing
them niggas up and take their girlfriend.
Ooh.
Oh, you cut it out, man. Now you're really going overboard.
Hey, Nelton, man, let me get to some other people. The phone lines are lit up, man. They're going to kill us out here.
Get it.
All right, brother. 516, you're live. Who's this?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. This is Cage.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The president of the Manny Pacquiao fan club is not with us, baby. No, I'm just playing. I'm
not even a Manny Pacquiao fan, bro. I don't know. I'm an Eric Morales fan. I've hated Pacquiao.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. But you've been repping him. You've been repping him hard lately on Twitter, Manny Pacquiao. I don't know, man. I think you're on the payroll.
Kevin Horn.
I've just been on a back surgery and been beefing with Paulie Malignaggi and having fun. But Beeb, I think you took it a little hard when I came at you about that one.
No, I did it. Dude, I really like debating with you.
I had a question on.
No, you're an excellent debater. I just like debating with you, man. I don't take anything to heart with you. I really don't.
Make sure you didn't get it twisted and act like.
No, I did not. I really did not, and I appreciate that that you talk with me and everything. I really enjoy talking with you on Twitter. I don't want you to ever think. I don't want you to ever think that this
whole Floyd Pacquiao thing is. Anybody being objective has to give Pacquiao basically all the blame in 2009 for not doing the drug testing. And even Freddie Roach came out. They admitted they dropped the ball, all that. But like when somebody like the caller that called in before talks about he turned down $40 million offer.
Yeah, that was a bad offer. That's a bad offer. I don't think that he should have took that offer.
$200 to $300 million offer. Well, that's his career high. Well, $160 million is Floyd Mayweather's double career high too. Like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
At that time was 2012. And Floyd was, of course, the highest paid athlete in the world at that time. And Manny Pacquiao on the Forbes list was number 2. So
yeah, he was.
That was still at his height. You know what I mean? So that's just bugged out. I'm just happy right now that there's more negotiations, that Gasal or whatever his name is, obviously is full of shit, although one of your followers, hit me back with a I got you email. You see Arum and them aren't negotiating. But my whole beef is, people complaining about Arum and Pacquiao together, but if you're Pacquiao, you got a shit ton going on. Why don't you just have Arum do your business? And Arum earned this guy over $325 million in his career in boxing. So Arum's doing a good job for him. So negotiations aren't supposed to be easy.
Yeah, but KH, Arum earned them $320 million or whatever the quote is. It doesn't even matter because fucking Floyd earned that in a year. So while Arum is doing good, doesn't mean that there's not better out there.
Sure. Floyd's earned over $430 million on his career. So Floyd's fought less and earned over $100 million more. So I'm not saying that if Floyd signed the best deal in sports history. This guy's making $32 million a year and losing his employer money, and he's basically got him by the balls. I mean, that's no arguing there. But, I mean, if they're going back and forth 60-40, 70-30, I don't know. Even if Floyd takes the 60-40, which obviously he doesn't want, he's still going to make double his career high payday. I don't think that's
but we
too
don't
bad of an
know.
offer.
We don't know if there's split disputes.
Well, the whole argument is that the two disputes right now are the date and the split, and supposedly it's 60-40 is what Manny's willing to do, and Floyd either wants 70-30 or 2/3, 1/3. But those are all just reports. We don't know shit until it comes out.
Yeah, that's the problem with this Pacquiao thing. See, because Floyd is just used to getting things done. He's not used to the back and forth.
Exactly. See, Ness, that's exactly it. That's what I was just going to say. Negotiations are supposed to be tough. Floyd's used to just giving Marcus Maidana $1.5 million, fucking the Ghost Guerrero $3 million, and just pimping these guys. Everybody was shitting on Tim Bradley for not signing. Why'd he sign with Bob Arum? He could have been a Floyd Mayweather opponent. What, make $2 million? He made $5 million for fighting Marquez.
Yeah, but Canelo and Canelo and Cotto got pretty good deals.
Cotto only made $10 million with Floyd.
And he made back-end pay-per-view, and Canelo made over 10.
Yeah, Canelo made over 10, but Manny, Cotto made 8 plus 2. He made $10 million for that fight.
But plus the back-end pay-per-view.
What?
He got pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got $8 million plus $2 million back end.
Oh,
he
for
made
the
$10 million
okay.
for that fight.
Okay.
Which is why
But
that
they're
$40
still,
million offer is
but they're
probably the
still
most
better.
laughable thing I've
Listen,
heard.
aren't they still better offers than anything on Pacquiao's side? I mean, Bradley was the highest one with $6 million, right, or $8 million?
I think it was only $6 million. He might have got $8 million the first time, but the second time the pay-per-view didn't do that good, so I doubt he made more. But that doesn't mean that Floyd was going to give Bradley the same amount that he gave Cotto and Canelo. I mean, those.
But what it does show, KH, is that Floyd obviously gives a bigger name more money.
Yes, definitely so. But like you said, he's used to just running over people and saying, "This is what you're giving," and it's over. And
well, he's
not
the A
happening with
side.
that.
He's used to presenting an offer. He's used to presenting a fairly fair offer and having his B side accept.
But KH, don't you have to agree to one thing here?
But B, you interrupted me, and there wasn't any hiccups in the Canelo fight. It was smooth sailing. You're gonna agree to 152, and you're gonna get paid this amount. He said yes. Cotto, same thing. Marquez, same thing. Everyone, same thing.
But can't we agree on one thing, KH? You have one side that is just being consistent right now with what they're saying. You have one guy controlling the situation, and then on the other side you have disarray. And then you have a guy, Pacquiao is telling people, I'll fight for whatever amount of money he offers me. But then you have other people on his side contradicting that. So don't you see a problem?
Believes Pacquiao will fight for anything is completely full of shit. Like, how do you believe that?
Well, then why is people in his camp putting that out there though? Why is people in his camp or even himself putting that out there then? If that's not true,
I just want Floyd to leak the contract because I know that's what it is, man. I know that's what it is. It's like
why would Manny Pacquiao
captains on that ship, man?
Why would Manny Pacquiao be interviewed and saying, I will agree to anything he wants? He says it on interviews. I'll take any amount of money he gives me. I'll fight him for free. I'll fight him for charity. Why does he say all those things? And then money becomes an issue now.
You know why he says those things? He says those things to get public opinion on his side, and retards buy into that like that's really going to happen. Like,
okay, but obviously we know it's not really going to happen, but it gives us the inclination or gives us evidence that he's really not caring about the money as much, and he'll fight for he's not going for trying to break the bank, in other words. So if money's not, he keeps telling us money's not an issue, he just wants the fight to happen. Then why is this fight taking so, like, why doesn't he just agree to the terms? Do you really think he's not going to get a good deal? I mean,
well, that's the thing. The past deals that we heard, like you said, the $40 million was garbage or whatever. But this report that just came out now, basically saying they went back with a counter offer to Pacquiao. Pacquiao's coming back with a counter offer. Do you really think Arum is negotiating without going back to Pacquiao? What Floyd offered?
But the problem with Pacquiao, is he's got Michael Kantz. He's listening to the wrong people all the time. I mean, that's why he signed a contract with Golden Boy when he was still in the contract top rank, and he still has to pay Golden Boy money. He's not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree. You have to admit that.
No, of course not. Look at his net worth. How much money he spent just to get elected, and then he spent triple that to get his wife elected.
I mean, he's just not when it comes to business, he's just not the smartest guy in the world.
But at the end of the day, like, if this fight's going to happen, Manny's going to be walking away with a good deal, and that's Arum's job, is to make sure his fighter gets the best deal possible. Negotiations ain't going to be easy. Agree?
But the problem is that they don't have that much leverage like they used to.
They don't have negotiation power, man. They don't have no power.
The problem is the more time. But wait a minute. The more time that goes by, and I said this many years ago. I said, you know what? The more time goes by, you watch, things are gonna. I predicted he would lose, if time went on. I predicted he would lose, and I predicted he would lose his leverage. And the more time that goes on, he's going to keep fighting, right? He'll keep fighting, and Mayweather will keep fighting, right? Mayweather will continue to outsell him pay-per-view wise, and his position will continue to get weaker. So in order to stop the bleeding, he needs to fucking sign for this fight right now, or if he wants, because the longer he waits, the weaker his position at the negotiation table is going to be. Right or wrong?
If Floyd had his way, he'd wait till Pacquiao looked like Mickey Rourke.
You guys say he has no negotiating power, which obviously Floyd's got the hammer. But at the end of the day, Floyd's numbers have been down too. Obviously not like Pacquiao's Algieri numbers, but Floyd Maidana versus Pacquiao Bradley is basically the same neighborhood of pay-per-view sales.
Okay, but now Floyd.
But you can't strike from the record the Rios and Algieri fights that did horrible.
But this is the problem, KH.
Can I just finish my point, please?
Go ahead.
My point is that without Pacquiao, Floyd's going to fight the same type of level of guys that he's been fighting because Canelo's not there. If Cotto's not there, you take the Guerrero, the Maidana fights, he basically only made his 32 plus his, maybe $2 million. So it's either he fights another guy and makes $32 million, or he fights Pacquiao and makes 120 to 160 million.
Yeah, but KH, this is the problem.
Pacquiao could say, listen, Pacquiao's bringing you a chance to earn double your career highest payday, and he's already made 70+ million in a fight.
But KH,
negotiating power. Like, this is not like he's a nobody. Like, I'm not going to take $40 million,
But KH, this is the problem. Mayweather has more opponents than Pacquiao does. I talked to Bob Arum. Pacquiao's not going down to 140. Pacquiao's not fighting Jesse Vargas. Mayweather fights Amir Khan. But wait a minute. Mayweather fights Amir Khan. He's doing 1.2 against Amir Khan. Pacquiao will do 300,000 against somebody else.
I don't know how you're saying he's doing 1 point. Listen.
He'll do 1.2 against Amir Khan. Trust me. Trust me, he will.
Okay, but listen, you're saying he's doing 1.2 against Amir Khan. Meanwhile, when Amir Khan was on his pay-per-view for Maidana, he did 850, and Amir Khan just did fucking what? 800,000, 600,000? He got outviewed by Andy Lee on HBO Showtime. Like, Amir Khan is not this major star that I don't...
Oh, he's going to be a bigger star than anyone Pacquiao's going to fight, though. Who's Pacquiao going to fight next? Mayweather fights...
And that's my beef. I'm not arguing that point. Pacquiao has nobody left. He's done.
Mayweather does, though.
That they gave Bradley that decision in the first fight because he would have been, where would he be this year without that Bradley fight?
Yeah.
So he's done. But at the end of the day, without Pacquiao, Floyd's fighting for his 32 million minimum, and he's got no more nothing else beyond that.
No, because this is what you don't understand, though. Floyd could fight Mayweather again. Floyd could fight Cotto again. He could fight Cotto again, and he could fight Canelo again, and he'll make a shitload of money again. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if Canelo and Cotto fight each other, when's he gonna fight them? A year later? Like, you know what I mean?
He could fight the winner of that fight in September. He could fight Khan in May, and he'll do a million. Wait a minute. He'll do
Showtime to be HBO's #1 guy. He's not gonna go back and fight Floyd again on Showtime. That's not gonna happen.
Who?
A long-term contract. But if Pacquiao Mayweather could get done with 2 networks, so could Canelo Mayweather rematch.
Yeah, and plus, I think Cotto's going to win that fight.
Canelo's the guy they signed for the future of HBO.
That's fine, but again, I think Cotto's going to win that fight anyways. Then he rematches Mayweather at 160. That does 1.5, 1.6 again, and I think Khan and Mayweather's going to do 1.2. And Pacquiao's going to go back to 300,000, and he's never going to do above that. So you got one guy doing
Canelo. He does way more in a rematch with Floyd than he did.
No, I'm talking about Cotto. I'm talking about Mayweather.
I know, me too. I'm saying if what you say,
win and has the momentum.
Yeah, I'm saying you're right. If he beats Canelo, well then going into the Mayweather fight, they possibly do way more than 1.5 because they did 1.5 the first fight.
So Cotto, so Mayweather
he has options. That's the bottom line.
Way better position.
There's a whole lot of what ifs between now and a year later for those options.
But KH, even with those options,
Amir Khan's going to do 1.2, where I think Amir Khan does the same 800,000 he's been doing.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Better than the 300,000.
If he could do 925, with Maidana, he can do 1.2 with Khan.
You don't really believe that 925 report, do you? That Espinoza leaked to 2 reports.
I don't know.
Even if it was 850, even if it was the 850 that they're alleging, Amir Khan knows English. Maidana doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying Amir Khan was
and
on
Amir Khan, listen,
Adrian Broner,
a build-up.
The biggest star on Showtime right now, as well as Amir Khan, were both on that undercard, and this still only did 850.
I think the problem here is, KH, you got to understand one thing. These two fighters right now, as we speak, are miles apart. They're miles apart. Mayweather is just generating way more than this other guy. It's just no way. There's no way of getting around it. They're miles apart, and the more time that goes on,
pay-per-view numbers, the live gates have been so much more for Mayweather. The live gates have been so much more for Mayweather than even that Bradley Pacquiao fight. So you're right; they are miles apart.
They're miles apart. So the longer they wait, the farther they're going to be apart. Mayweather's position is going to continue to get stronger, and Pacquiao's position is going to continue to get weaker. So that's why Pacquiao needs to take. I don't think Pacquiao thinks he can win because he would take the fight and beat him, and then I don't think he thinks he can win.
Let me get to some callers, brother. We're coming up to 10 o'clock. I gotta get in overdrive here.
Thank you, KH. Thank you for calling in, man. Much love.
706, you're on drive-by mode. We apologize. Beeb's fault.
Man, you can't put me in no damn drive-by, man, for an hour. This real talk, man. Every time.
And you called in on Skype with all that background noise, so whose fault was that? That was over an hour ago as well.
I didn't call in on Skype.
Yes, you did.
Your number saved, buddy. With the Canelo and
Oh, now he's gonna come in. He's gonna come in all sleepy and shit too.
He always does that. He never has his thoughts together. This dude needs to write shit down.
I do, man. I've been waiting so damn long, man.
I've been waiting so damn long, man.
Wake the fuck up when you come on the show, man. Spit this shit out.
I've been sitting here listening to the show, pumping iron.
And then you hit me with this drive-by shit and fucking.
All right, but you burning right now. You burning. Get the shit out. Make your point, bro.
The thing is, man, is Cotto
I got him in the cage right now.
You know, boxing is a sport. What have you done for me lately? So you guys are wondering why Cotto is the A-side. Canelo, you know, he's coming off really 2 losses because, you know, that lower fight, everybody knows he lost that fight. He looked bad in the fight either way. Mayweather, he lost to Mayweather. So, you know, Cotto, he's undisputed. I know people are going to dispute that, but I mean, you know, in the book, he's the undisputed middleweight champion with all the belts.
Hey, so, in the book, Canelo won the Lara fight.
Canelo won it, but he got his ass whooped. I mean, come on, man.
Hey, well, if you're gonna pull intangibles, then we have to pull Cotto's, right? He fought a crippled man.
That you picked to win by knockout. That Nestor Gibbs picked to win by knockout.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I know you are. I am too.
You guys got Stewart in there, right? He was saying that Canelo was gonna knock Cotto out. That ain't gonna happen.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Listen, let's not get excited. I mean, Austin Trout scored Cotto, and Austin Trout. I mean, let's not forget this. Let's not forget this fight never happened. Cotto got schooled by Austin Trout. Cotto's an old man. He beat a crippled Sergio Martinez that fucking can't even walk without falling over. I'm not giving him no credit for that. At the end of the day, he's a hungry young Mexican that throws combination with Pat. He'll fuck Cotto up, mate.
He's getting knocked out. He's getting knocked out, Canelo. Canelo's getting knocked out.
No one's ever got close to knocking Canelo out.
Well,
Cotto's going to do it.
Cotto's brother rocked him.
How long? When he was about 17 years old?
When he's taking his break. What's he going to do? What kind of pressure is he going to put on Cotto? The guy fights at a slow pace. You're not gonna beat Cotto fight at that fucking pace.
No, there's no way. If you lay off of Cotto, he's gonna fucking eat you alive,
What
man.
makes you think it's going to be a slow? It won't. In his last fight against Angulo, he wasn't at a slow pace. He went in there and fucking put a whooping on Angulo.
Well, it ain't gonna happen against Cotto, brother.
He's learning on the trade. He froze against.
He's gonna get knocked Spock out. He's getting knocked Spock out against Cotto. He's going to sleep.
He's going, yeah.
Cotto ain't never been. Hey, first off, Cotto ain't never been knocked the fuck out.
He's all done against Cotto.
And I just don't think Cotto's got it in the tank to beat him.
When has Canelo knocked anybody, any elite fighter? Name one fucking elite fighter that Canelo knocked out. Really?
Well, he stopped Angulo. Angulo's not elite, but yeah, but we're talking different careers. Cotto's at the end of his career.
Canelo couldn't even knock out Matthew Hatton.
Listen, at the end of the day, anyone that gets schooled by Austin Trout,
Yeah, I remember that Hatton fight.
That was a disgrace. Oh my God.
Hey, real talk, man. We moving on. Real talk. This drive-by mode later. 312. You're live.
Yo.
It's the fight, Dr. Bitches.
What's up, bitches? What's going on? Listen, tell you guys the reason why Cotto has not signed the contract. Like I've been telling you cats, this shit is about money, and at the end of the day, 300,000 plus 300,000 is less than 900,000. Okay, that's just Mayweather's last pay-per-view. If I recall correctly, the Cotto Mayweather fight cracked the 1 million pay-per-view mark.
1.5.
I'm sorry?
It did 1.5.
1.5.
Okay, so if the rematch comes anywhere close, that's more than 600,000 pay-per-views, okay? That's more than what Cotto does with Canelo, okay? Because I'll be honest with you, Canelo is lucky to crack 1 million pay-per-views. Okay?
I think the same thing. I don't think it does 1 million. I think it does like 7.
Mayweather Cotto, the rematch cracks 1 million. It probably does as much as the first fight, okay? Because, listen, this time around, the middleweight title is on the line.
Exactly.
Good point.
And listen, Bob Arum, okay? The man is a cancer to the sport. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too. I think it's ridiculous that this Pacquiao-Mayweather fight can't be made for May 2nd. It's just ridiculous, okay? Bob Arum needs to, listen, the man needs to just drop dead, okay? The sport of boxing would be a lot better off if the man drops dead, okay? When the man drops dead, we'd be a whole lot better off. A lot of this shit that's going on in the boxing right now will not be going on, okay? Wilder Stavern, I'll tell you what, I think Wilder's going to win that fight, and I'll tell you why. I don't think Don King honestly really wanted to make that fight happen. And I think the reason why he didn't want to make that fight happen is because he doesn't think Stavern can win the fight. Now, Stavern is a good fighter. I would say this, he has a higher boxing IQ than Wilder. There's no question there. But at the same time, Stavern he's 6'2", and he's about, 36 years old already? So as far as heavyweight is concerned, he's a big heavyweight in terms of, he weighs, 230, comes to the ring, 230, 240, so he's a big guy. But, in terms of a modern super heavyweight, he's not the biggest heavyweight, okay? And then, the guy's already 36 years old. So, if Wilder's chin holds up, if Wilder's chin holds up and if his power is what we think it is, what I think it is, then I just can't see how Wilder does not win this fight, okay? That's all I got. Happy New Year to you guys. Listen, when Stupid Little is on the line, the gayness factor of this program increases exponentially. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And,
the irony, you calling me stupid, I mean, the fucking irony of it.
I don't understand why Fight Doctor always got to take a shot at Stewart.
I don't understand it, man.
Because that's all his pee-wee brain can do. He's a fucking idiot.
Hey, B, what's up?
What's up, man? Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
I'm going to go over 2 main points. Everybody's always talking about,
Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers, trying to compare it to Manny. First of all, the reason why Manny did 300 to 400 pay-per-view buys because that was in China.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Whose fault is that, man?
Whose fault is that? If you want to evade taxes by fighting outside the country one time a year so you can make more money, that's your fucking problem.
All I'm saying is your pay-per-view numbers are not going to be the same.
Not our problem. Not our problem.
And then Manny Ortiz did 1.5 million buys. Manny Bradley did 1 million. Mayweather did 900. Mayweather Guerrero did 1 million. So the reason why Mayweather has all these high pay-per-view numbers is because he fights Hispanics on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, exactly.
Canelo on Cinco de Mayo. Trust me, his pay-per-view numbers. What I'm saying is it's not that far off. Okay.
There it is.
And then number 2, I wanted to talk about the Regal fight yesterday. There's a lot of double standards in the sport where we don't call out a guy's flaws. And Regal pretty much was somewhat exposed yesterday. He showed that he fights like an amateur. He has no inside game. He got dropped by a Japanese guy who's not even ranked in the top 10. If this was like Golovkin that got dropped by a Japanese guy that was not even ranked in the top 10, there would be absolute mayhem on the forum. The guys would be making videos. Golovkin is exposed, but somehow Regal, we're not talking about his flaws. So I mean, if so.
What flaws exactly are you talking about, bro?
He's got no inside game. He's got no inside game.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You didn't watch the fight.
How do you know?
You didn't watch the fight.
How do you know?
Doing body work.
How do you know?
Doing body work.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know? If you're gonna agree that he got no inside game, then what the fuck did you watch yesterday?
Of course,
he doesn't have an inside game.
So because he's gonna go to the.
I didn't see him holding. So how the fuck was he avoiding punches on the inside? I didn't see him running.
Well,
how doesn't he have an inside game?
Because he fought in the pocket. He fought in the pocket and got dropped twice.
How doesn't he have an inside game when he's slipping? He's slipping and he's dodging and he's bobbing and weaving shots.
Like Laura, it's the Cuban amateur style.
Amateur style, my ass.
No, he likes space, though. He can't fight inside. He's
turning guys and hitting them when they're not even set up. Man, you guys are fucking blind.
Ness is a Rigondeaux fanboy.
Blind.
He doesn't have an inside game.
He has no inside game, Ness.
Beat him. Why nobody can't beat him?
He's gonna lose this year. Don't worry about it.
Cool, by the way, bro. That's a really good call.
Lomachenko will beat him.
Lomachenko's gonna knock him out.
Yeah, 2 divisions up. Yeah.
Two divisions up. It's
the same Mayweather shit. When you that good, you want people to jump over hoops of fire.
It's alright for Golovkin to do it though. Everyone wants Golovkin to go up and fight Ward and everyone else.
Hey, Stuart, don't ruin the debate, Stuart, because no one on this panel has asked Golovkin to go up to 168.
I have.
Maybe B, but he doesn't mind if he fights anyone else. Come on, let's be real. You're not saying he's got to move up.
90% of the callers ringing saying he should fight Andre Ward.
Well, this is the voice of the people. They're entitled to their opinion. That doesn't mean anything.
To Ryan, he should move up and fight Lomachenko.
You're bringing it up.
It's only one weight class. He should fight Lomachenko.
The lineal champ isn't moving no fucking where. You want a piece of the kid? Come down and get it.
He's going to get knocked out.
He best stay the fuck away from Lomachenko, man.
Yeah.
Lomachenko's knocking him out.
I remember this shit last year. I remember this bullshit last year when Salido fought him. I remember this when Salido fought him.
What, 150 pounds, Salido? Is that the one you're on about? The one that was punching in the bollocks? It's a disgusting performance.
Whatever, jackass. He shouldn't have took the fight.
He fight any man. He's European.
That's why he lost with that European. He lost.
If he fought Salido now,
he fucking lost.
He'd mutilate.
He lost.
You know he would.
Salido is fighter of the year. Salido's fighter of the year. He beat the shit out of a hype job, then moved up in weight and beat another champion.
Salido get fucking murdered.
Yeah. What the fuck did Lomachenko do? What did Lomachenko do? What did Lomachenko do?
He almost knocked him out in the last round. He lost to
Salido. He almost stopped him in the last round. He lost to Salido, and then and then for the icing on the cake, he fought some dude that never fought nobody, and then some other dude
and then,
never heard of.
And then
But you picked Gary Russell to win that fight too, didn't you?
I must admit that was fun to watch.
You picked Gary Russell to win that fight though too, didn't you?
I don't remember, but we all know Gary Russell was worse off than fucking Deontay Wilder.
Oh, but everybody thought Gary Russell was the shit, though, didn't they? But then Lomachenko beats him. Now he's a nobody. Cut the shit.
Whatever. I don't got shit to cut. I picked Salido, so I've been against Lomachenko.
I picked Salido too, but I won't pick him. I won't pick him in a rematch, though. I won't pick him in a rematch. I won't pick him in a rematch, though.
What do I got to cut if I'm sticking to my guns? You sound crazy.
I sound crazy. Come on, man.
Anyway.
He's giving away £25. I mean,
who gives a fuck? Tell Lomachenko pull out the fight. Pull out the fight. Pull out the fight. Pull out the fight. Ali Bumboe. Ali Bumboe.
No, you don't think Salido almost got knocked out in the last round of that fight, though? You don't give him any credit for that last round?
He was hanging on for dear life.
As my man Real Thong would say, the history books say Salido won.
All right.
Yeah,
Bernard Hopkins lost his first fight too, but he's a legend. So what?
Nobody's talking about people your age, Beeb.
So what? So what?
Hopkins,
so this is the Stuart. This is the new thing. This is the new thing now, right? If a fighter loses, then he can't be great. This is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with boxing. Instead of giving the guy credit for fighting for a world championship in his second pro fight, you want to fucking say, oh, he's this, he's that. The kid's gonna be a fucking superstar.
I didn't say shit.
He's gonna be a fucking superstar. He's gonna be the future. He's the fucking future of boxing. Mark my fucking word.
He's the most talented fighter in boxing.
Hey, Stuart, I guess Beeb wasn't on for the Lomachenko post-fight show. I guess. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Gary Russell.
Either one, because both times I gave him tremendous amounts of credit for what he...
Well, you're shitting all over him right now.
Especially the one where he beat the guy with one arm.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's the most talented.
Beeb's just a weirdo. Beeb's just a weirdo.
Well, why are you shitting on him today? I don't want you shitting on him today. I want you to stick with your guns.
The matter is, he lost to Salido and beat up Gary Russell.
All right.
Whip-de-doo.
I'm not giving him no credit for that, Salido. No credit for that win. As far as I'm concerned, he's still
you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You still owe a guy. Your word means shit right now.
Hey, mate, I don't pay bets.
You made a fucking bet. You made a bet on ass. You didn't pay. That's horrible.
Chance, mate.
The fight happened. If the fight didn't take place because of the weight, then automatically you didn't have to. You didn't have to worry about the bet. But
Salido beat him. Salido beat him. I mean, Salido beat him. There's no question about that.
Bottom line. Call AB. Finish up. Sorry, brother.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, sorry. And then I'm just talking about double standards. That if Golovkin was dropped by an unranked Japanese guy, everybody would be calling and saying he's overrated and is a
well, listen, AB. They would do that to anyone the way they did it to Kirkland when Ishida did drop him. So I don't understand.
Rigo's getting the pass, man. He's getting the pass.
There is no bias because they did it to Kirkland.
Right.
They did it to Kirkland.
You know what everybody's saying now? Oh, Rigo showed hard.
People on my timeline talked about the knockdown.
You know what people were saying to me? Oh, fucking Rigo showed heart, man. He stood in the pocket. He fought with the guy. The guy was bigger than him. He came back and fucking won.
It's true.
He didn't look good. I mean, he looked flawed.
I mean, you didn't say a lie. You didn't say a lie at all. What was the lie there? I mean, he did fight in the pocket.
Well, he looked
much bigger than him. He did it off the floor.
But did he look flawed? Did he look flawed?
By stopping.
So did he look flawed in any way?
No, I don't think he looked flawed. Outside of the knockdown rounds, I think he controlled every minute of the fight.
So if Mayweather got knocked down twice in a fight, everyone would say he was washed up. But this guy can get knocked down.
I want to know what other rounds besides. I think it might have been the 6, maybe. But what other rounds besides the fucking knockdown rounds you even gave that dude?
Well, the guy was.
So 9-3 isn't good enough. Man, you guys are fucking losers, man.
It was the way that he was really hurt. If he got dropped in the first minute.
Listen, Floyd got hurt versus Mosley.
When he gets knocked down
versus DeMarcus Cooley.
I know, but when he gets knocked down,
Floyd got hurt versus Judah.
But wait a minute, when he
gets winning. When
he gets knocked down, he looks like he's taken off his feet.
Well,
like when Donaire knocked him down, Donaire like freaking lifted him off the canvas and he fucking went flying across the ring.
You guys are such haters. You guys are such haters. You don't even give him credit for being able to recover so fast.
He is getting stopped this year. I'm telling you,
he has excellent recovery time. Excellent recovery time.
Mayweather was getting hurt against guys in the top of his weight class.
Oh yeah, DeMarcus Corley. DeMarcus Corley.
He was good back then, yeah.
Emmanuel Augustus.
Seconds. He was good back then.
But this guy, I don't even know if he's in the top 20. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, everybody needs a shot. Everybody needs a shot. Before Algieri beat fucking Provodnikov, he wasn't getting a Pacquiao fight.
What, like Rod Solka, do you mean?
He got his shot.
Yeah, Rod Solka got his, and look how that went.
Kell Brook got his. Look how that went.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Kell Brook's a world-class fighter. That's different.
All right. Everything ain't for everybody.
Talking about a guy, this Japanese guy, no one outside Japan had a fucking clue who this guy was.
I can't believe that you guys are acting like that guy was no fucking threat with that physical disadvantage that was in the ring. You guys are such fucking haters. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's like Nikolai Valiev.
Listen, Rigo is going to be buried with those belts. Those belts will never be seen again. There isn't anyone brave enough.
Oh, hey, listen, let me tell you something now. Frampton, Quigg, and Santa Cruz.
Frampton's nuts, nigga. Frampton's nuts.
Three of them.
He ain't fighting nobody, man. Why you always talking about Frampton when he's staying in his fucking country? You got Rigondeaux getting on.
You are so biased.
Everywhere.
He's so biased because he's filling out stadiums when Rigondeaux can't even fill out a fucking airing cupboard.
Rigo is going anywhere and everywhere for a fight. Frampton is staying far the fuck away from him. You know it, I know it.
And listen, money, you know money talks, Nez. Why is Frampton going to go and fight in some...
Get out of here, man.
Oh, man. Trust me, you got no business brain. Please never become a promoter, mate. You'll bankrupt your fight in a year.
Yeah, so what's Quigg's fucking lot? What's his excuse? Tell me. What's Quigg's excuse?
Hey, Quigg's calling out. Quigg's ready for Rigo. He's said that.
Oh, he's ready. Why the
Rigo's
fucking fight ain't
happening? England, though. Rigo's have to come to England.
Rigo's fighting on New Year's fucking day. That is proving to you
New Year's Eve.
You and every other dumbass fan out there that he's
insult.
He's willing to fight. Who the fuck fights on a holiday, man? You're gonna question him?
That's how bad his situation is.
Nobody.
That's how bad his situation is. He has to fight on New Year's Eve. Instead of going out partying like everyone else, he has to fight on New Year's Eve because he can't get dates. He can't get dates.
Exactly.
Yeah. Proving that he will fight. Quigg ain't fought nobody.
Don't matter. It don't matter. He will fight someone. Like Kell Brook had fought nobody, but as soon as he stepped up, mate, that's what Quigg's going to be like.
He's got his shot.
Rigo is going to sleep in 2015, baby.
Let me get to these last callers because we're not only on drive-by, but we're now we're on podcast-only mode here. 313, I think is Wassam. What's up?
Yeah, what up? Nice to meet.
Yo, these guys over here hating on Rigo, man. It's crazy.
Oh, man, yeah. I don't think they're hating specifically, but I kind of agree with you and I kind of disagree. And I just want to make this point, like, real quick, please. Like, you've been yelling over guys. Please don't yell over.
He's out of control today, man. We got to put him on some Valiums.
Rigo, I think, would look very impressive. Like you said, I gave Amagasa the 6th round and the round where he got knocked down twice. And you're right. You know, Rigondeaux does have great recovery time. But having said that, he is limited to fighting on the outside.
Thank you.
All the times that he's gotten dropped against Cordoba, against Donaire, and now against Amagasa, it was just when he stood on the inside for a little too long. And he
can't fight in the pocket.
Put his shoulder up, and his head would be exposed, and he got dropped. I mean, but the thing is, Rigondeaux he shouldn't even be at 122. He's undersized in every single match.
That's
so I think
not true with Tom. He's been up that weight ever since he was an amateur.
I know, but I mean, compared to the fighters around him, he's smaller than everybody else. I mean,
he's short. He's short. He's not small. He's short.
Listen,
he's a short guy.
The day of the Donaire press conference, he was weighing 124. The dude's not big. People want him to move up. He doesn't need to move up.
Here we go again with the Well, if he wants to make money, he needs to go to 126.
Why does he weigh 120 on a fight night? If he could make 118 or 115, he fucking would. That's bullshit, man.
No, I think
people saying, "Oh my God, he's small. He's small. Pacquiao small." Then make the fucking lighter weight thing. God damn it.
I mean, listen. I'm not saying he should go back down, but I'm saying in terms of his opposition, he's always been undersized. Whether it's
he's short, because he's short. He's not small. He's short.
There's no height classes in boxing. It's weight class.
He's short.
I understand that.
Just because he's short, he's not gonna.
Reality, you have to accept it. It's not. You can't. He can't grow. So I'm saying
he could fight at fucking flyweight. And he'd still be short. He could fight at flyweight. He'd still be undersized because he's short.
Before?
What?
People weren't doing that shit for Mike Tyson when he was fighting at heavyweight. Oh my God, he's so short.
I was doing that. I mean,
that's the problem. Just because a guy is short, it doesn't mean he's small.
That's something I looked at when Yuriorkis Gamboa fought Terence Crawford. I just watched that fight right now. I mean,
guess what? Gamboa's the same height as Rigo.
Dude,
Martin's the same height as Rigo. He moved up to weight class.
And that's why I'm saying he shouldn't have been at 135.
And that jab was.
Anyway, I didn't want to stay on this too long. The first I wanted to discuss was the fighter, the thing you guys were discussing before. No way Mayweather enters. I mean, I understand every single location that I've watched, or that I've seen has Pacquiao up there, and I think he's deserving as a candidate for beating Bradley alone.
Wow.
No one this year has fought a guy as high as Timothy Bradley and beat him, other than Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
So just on that one alone.
People like you say that he didn't even win the first fight. So what does that win even mean? He shouldn't even be a pound for pounder then.
So do you think beating Bradley's a better win than beating Hopkins?
And dominating 140? Are you crazy?
A 40-year-old Marquez, a 40-year-old Marquez,
a 40-year-old Marquez who knocked out Manny Pacquiao. A 40-year-old Marquez who knocked out Manny. Listen. Are you really trying to discredit Bradley's win over Marquez because he was 40 years old and he had just knocked out Manny Pacquiao and beat the hell out of a much younger Mike Alvarado?
I could play it both ways.
What do you mean?
Bradley is fucking shit. Bradley was whooping his ass until he got fucking injured, and fucking then Pacquiao fought fucking Algeria.
Dude,
fucking garbage.
He got
fuck out of here with that stupid shit. If Mayweather fought fucking Jesse Vargas, he gets shit on.
Listen. Is that all you can do? Is that all you can do? Just like curse and stuff? I'm saying, was not Timothy Bradley a pound for pound fight on everybody's list?
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about pound for pound? That's opinion.
We all do.
I don't. I think it's opinion. It's bullshit. It's fucking opinion.
Bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's a list of bullshit. It's a list of the elite.
It's bullshit.
Crazy?
It's a mythical list.
Look at
mythical my ass.
Just look at welterweight ranking.
It doesn't exist when you get in the ring. It doesn't exist.
Skills exist.
Pound for pound is bullshit.
Get knocked the fuck out.
Skills exist, and if you're a pound for pound fighter, you got skills.
Pound for pound is bullshit.
You're bullshit.
I mean,
pound for pound is bullshit.
That's ridiculous the way you guys trying to.
Big boxing fans to fucking talk about.
All right.
But it is when you make the fight. It is. Oh
wow. If Amagato would have knocked out Rigo, would he pound for pound?
Why not? A star is born.
Not pound for pound.
Why not? A star is born.
Pound for pound is bullshit.
Come on. This guy's resume craps all over Marcos Maidana's. Are you bugging? Are you out of mind? Is your hate that much?
Hey, what title did Algeria win at 147, first of all?
I'm not talking about Algeria. I'm talking about Bradley. I'm not talking about Algeria. You're trying to...
So besides Pacquiao and Marquez, who's Bradley beating at welterweight?
This is ludicrous, man. Anyway, I'm not even gonna dignify that. I'm not even gonna listen to this.
Wassam, move on, Wassam. They hate us.
Yeah. I'm gonna move forward because that doesn't even deserve to be dignified with a response, man. Anyway, Canelo.
Respond to it just because you can't fucking respond to it.
Because I can't. I've been responding to it. You've been shouting over me. Anyway, Canelo Cotto. I do believe that Canelo is the A side, and that's probably what's
Canelo's the A-side. Oh my God.
Both fighters really they don't want to give up too much.
And Cotto has a title. Cotto has a title though.
Yeah, Cotto's a lineal middleweight champion. Canelo's the champion of absolutely fucking nothing.
Right, that's one piece of that's one piece of leverage. That's one piece of leverage. When you look at gate revenue, when you look at
Cotto's been doing 1 million pay-per-view buys more than fucking Canelo has. So stop it.
You're fucking nuts. He's never done 1 million.
He's done 1 million with fucking Mayweather. He did 1 million with Pacquiao.
Piggyback. If you're gonna give him credit for that, then you got to give fucking Saul Canelo Alvarez credit for Mayweather.
So Cotto's done 500,000 buys without Mayweather when he fought Margarito.
Add it up, buddy. Add it up with the 2 million just from Floyd. He still trumps Canelo.
Why bring up past pay-per-views for Manny Pacquiao and say, oh, that doesn't matter. That's in the past. Right now,
Cotto is the third biggest draw in boxing right now. Canelo Alvarez is not.
Dude, they just gave you the numbers. Why are you denying that?
Cotto Martinez did better numbers than Canelo Lara did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. They did almost exactly
They did
the same.
350.
And for a middleweight title unification bout.
50,000 buys isn't exactly the same.
350.
Oh, wow, that's nothing. That's not. I mean, when you look at
Martinez Cotto did 375.
Beam, Rob Ortiz gave it to you from ESPN.
Did 325. That did what? So
that's Canelo. That is Canelo versus. That is Canelo versus Angulo. Cotto did this practically the same amount in a middleweight title bout that Canelo did against Erislandy Lara. Are you serious right now?
He did more.
I mean, come on. He did it.
Yo, Nelta.
Look at the opponent.
Nelta, you engage him far too much. Listen, the truth is, Cotto Martinez did 350. Robert Ortiz just read it off of ESPN earlier. He called in and talked the same thing.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
That's what you need to do instead of keep fucking shouting out bogus information.
All right, now you're Mr. Robert Ortiz fucking supporter now. Okay, whatever.
I just know you and I both know Robert Ortiz. He's not gonna lie.
I'm not saying he's lying. Maybe he's misinformed. You corrected him several times when he was fucking talking.
Anyway, and lastly, I want to commend Bob Arum for actually having the gall, the testicular fortitude to get actually on a neutral show like the Boxing Voice with Habib and actually discuss these things. And you got people like the guy 3 calls ago saying, "Oh, I listened to his interview and it sounded like he was the reason behind negotiations failing." Well, at least he gives you a damn interview. Floyd, all he does is speak through the freaking Showtime conduit and talks about negotiations from 10 years ago, and the only interviews he gives are to Floyd hype. And you're going to tell me that one side is telling the truth and the other isn't? Why is Bob Arum in press conferences, post-fight press conferences, and interviews, every time somebody asks him a question, he's open? But Floyd never even wants to talk about it. So to me, that's a telltale sign. That is a telltale sign.
Because it's a telltale sign that Bob Arum has the entire media on his cut. That's what it has.
And why does he have the entire media? Because Floyd does not give the media time of day to discuss those things.
Amen.
I mean, go watch any post-fight interview. They ask him about Manny Pacquiao. He just starts talking about Al Haymon.
Okay, Ness. Cotto Martinez did 350. Canelo Lara did 300. So Cotto beat him by 50,000 pay-per-view buys.
Now apologize to Robert Ortiz.
Oh, I apologize to Robert Ortiz. So 350 versus 300,000. So Cotto did more.
My last
and hold on, Wassam, because he just proved you right, and that's what Wassam is saying. He's saying Cotto only did 50,000 more for a world title fight, where Canelo,
of course,
fought basically a nobody.
But how many times has Cotto been on pay-per-view, and how many times has Canelo been on pay-per-view?
Exactly. So the one that's been on pay-per-view more should do better. The one that's on pay-per-view more.
But he's been consistent, Cotto, on pay-per-views. Canelo's only been on pay-per-view twice.
More recently, for one thing, Canelo did more numbers against Mayweather. Secondly, and thirdly, Canelo did worse on the Canelo Lara versus Canelo Angulo. He did worse numbers. He was trending downward.
Right.
Nelta, listen, I don't even understand. It's simple fucking math, which I don't understand. Pacquiao, Cotto.
Cotto is a proven pay-per-view.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Canelo pulled 100%, 100% of all the pay-per-view buys against.
Yo, why you guys making it so hard?
Against
listen.
And you think Cotto didn't do that?
Yes.
Martinez, how many Argentines people?
No way. I mean, come on. At least you have
all of y'all.
At least you'd have the casuals who say, "Oh, this is a big fight, and let me buy into it."
Martinez isn't a big name, though.
Right.
Yo.
Neither is Lara.
What's up?
Anyway,
What's up?
That's what I'm saying. They're both not big names, so obviously it's still freaking good to get 350,000 buys if you're fighting freaking Martinez.
Right.
Martinez was never on pay-per-view. Martinez was never on pay-per-view before. No one knew who he was.
He did way better versus Chavez on pay-per-view.
What did he do against Chavez?
Over 500.
I'll have to look that up now, too.
Well, look it up. And another thing, what I've been trying to say for 15 fucking minutes is simple. Cotto hasn't done that many pay-per-views. Add them up. Add up the Pacquiao number with the Mayweather number.
Okay, so now you're saying that Canelo's the A side. You're changing your mind now. Canelo's the A side.
I'm not changing my mind.
What are you talking about then?
I'm giving Wassam credit for his argument. If you add up the Pacquiao and the Mayweather number, Nauta, stop cutting people off. Nauta, stop cutting people off. If you add up the Pacquiao and the Mayweather and the Martinez, because that's all that he has. You guys are talking about this pay-per-view star. Who else did he fight on pay-per-view?
Very good. Chavez Jr. Martinez, 475. Very good, Nestor.
Who else did he fight on pay-per-view? So now hold on. That's 3 pay-per-views, right? And Canelo has 3. So now add up his 2.2 million plus his multiple 300, and I guarantee you they're at the very same number.
That's a good argument, Nestor. That's a good argument.
They've only had 3 pay-per-views each. And let me tell you something else. For those that think Canelo's not an A-side, that means they have only had 3 pay-per-views apiece, and Canelo's competing while not doing better in total number set.
No, Cotto.
Hold on, Nelta.
Cotto fought Margarito on pay-per-view twice, though, Ness. He fought Margarito. He fought Margarito twice on pay-per-view.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, and I believe I know the first one did.
So convenient.
I was just going to bring that up. He fought Margarito twice.
Nelta, it's not convenient. It doesn't add up to another million. And the fact of the matter is Canelo's 24, so he's already had 3 in a shorter amount of time, and his numbers are right there.
I'm going to do Cotto Margarito. I'm going to do Cotto Margarito.
Listen, so if Cotto is the 3rd biggest draw, then Canelo's already the 4th in a shorter amount of time.
Okay.
His fight with Mayweather. His fight with Mayweather. His fight with Mayweather.
Cotto Margarito 2 did 600,000 pay-per-view buys. Cotto Margarito 2.
And part 1 was that free? What about part 1? But now to add it up, it still doesn't go far away simply because Canelo did 2.2.
It's not about if it goes far away or not. His argument was that Canelo was the A side. Canelo ain't the A side no matter how you put it.
I guess.
What? I don't think so.
I guess he has a strong case.
Can I just make my last point, please?
Yes.
Yeah, Beeb said we have to take. I mean, we're not naive. We're not stupid. When Manny Pacquiao says we'll take, money's not the issue. I'll take any amount of money. We all know that. Right. We all know that's for publicity. It doesn't mean he'll take anything, but he's just saying he knows to make him. At the same way, if you were to take Floyd Mayweather at his word, what did he say on Showtime? He said I offered him $40 million, and now he has tax problems and all this, and now he wants to come and fight me for the same money. It's not going to happen. So how do we know he's not lowballing him in these negotiations, saying take
we don't know.
$40 million?
And I have to interrupt. Cotto Margarito 1 did 450. Cotto Margarito 2 did 550. So, I mean, that's not too shabby. So Cotto's proven.
That's $1 million combined.
That's $1 million right there.
Yeah, which puts Cotto somewhere around 3.2 over.
Because then you have to put in the Martinez one, which is 300,000. It was 350, and then you got to put the 1.5 he did with Mayweather. So add that all up.
And
I don't even like that adding all of the shit up numbers though. Like that's just like yesterday you could have been a millionaire, today you'd be broke.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Those are their numbers. They did it. You don't like adding it up.
Oh, and he did 1.25 against Pacquiao.
Okay, so 1.2, 1.5, that's 2.7. Then he did another 6, so that's 33, right?
Let me see.
33. He did another 6, that's 33, and you said 450 brings him to 37. 37 overall, and you got a 24-year-old kid that's got somewhere around 28 million. Come on.
So the other guy's got more. He's got more experience at doing pay-per-views.
The young boy is coming.
So
boy is coming.
Cotto's still ahead of him pay-per-view buys.
Hey,
young boy is coming.
I hope that young boy gets knocked the fuck out because he doesn't deserve any of that bullshit.
Yeah, you a hater.
And Cotto never got the push that Canelo's getting either.
What? Whose fault? Ain't nobody tell him sign a Bob Arum.
Well, this guy has been pushed.
Cotto didn't get a push yet. He fights every fucking Puerto Rican Day parade. Man, get out of here with that.
He didn't get that push. No one's getting that push. No one's gotten pushed as hard as Canelo has out the gate.
Yeah. You know why he didn't get
not
pushed?
Even De La Hoya. Not even De La Hoya got that push.
He don't get pushed? He does get pushed. The difference between him and Canelo is Canelo stands there, talks to his fans, signs autographs for his fans, takes the fights that his fans want.
That's true, Ness. I'll give you that. When you're right, I'm going to give it.
When
you're right, I'm going to give it to you.
None of that. He ain't doing none of that.
Well, Cotto ain't no ducker though, Ness.
I'm not saying he's a ducker, but I know Canelo called him out, and I know Canelo reminded him that no Puerto Rican ever ducked a Mexican. Why he ain't signed that contract though?
Ness, I got to give you credit. You're making some strong arguments right now. I'm going to give it to you, brother.
It's been over a month, Nelta. You want to sit here and defend him? No. You want to sit here and defend him. You want to sit here and tally up the pay-per-views and say he's the star. So why hasn't he signed?
He's sold more pay-per-views than Canelo has.
Why hasn't he signed?
Oh, we can't answer. We don't know. We can't answer that. There's no way we can answer that.
Exactly.
I got one simple question for all of you. Which fight gets signed first? Pacquiao Mayweather, Cotto Canelo.
Pacquiao Mayweather gets signed.
We're dealing with two divas. We're dealing with two divas. One just doesn't wear pink.
Exactly. We know Cotto. You know Cotto's tendencies. So the thing is, and according to that interview that you read from Canelo, he's already given him concessions, and I think they have moved from 50-50 if I remember correctly what Oscar De La Hoya said.
Yeah,
Cotto has done
what's the problem?
4.1 million pay-per-view buys. Cotto's done 4.1 million.
Okay, and add up Canelo's since you want to add up fucking Cotto's.
4.1 million pay-per-view buys for Cotto. Now what's Canelo done? 2.2 for Mayweather.
2.2 with Mayweather.
All right, let me get to some calls because Wassam, you have never finished your call. You just keep allowing Beeb to cut you off.
No, not Beeb. What about Nota? Stop making Beeb. Stop making Beeb the best. And what about you? You're on fucking crack today with your fucking craziness.
Can I just say one more thing? Can I just say one more thing?
Let him finish. I'll shut my mouth. I apologize. I'm sick today.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this. I have to. So, we have a lot of divas. We have Cotto. At 160, we have Chavez Jr. At 168. That he can't get a deal. He can't get a fight made with Carl Froch, and we have Canelo can't get a fight made with Cotto. And there's a guy at 160. We all know his name.
What's his name? What's his name?
His name is Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
You're serious? You're serious?
And he can make all three weights, but nobody wants him. So that's a big shame. They should just go to him. He'll take any amount of money.
Guy that won't fight Andre Ward
in your backyard.
Hey, with Cotto will sign the fight if he gets to wear a football helmet.
Yo, why doesn't Golovkin just fight Andre Ward?
Because Andre Ward's team has said they don't want that fight either.
Yeah, I know. Stop it.
And Andre Ward's too busy in the damn courtroom. He's not even in there.
Oh, Robbie.
253. You're on, brother. You better get it in now, man. These guys are not letting anyone talk.
So what's up, guys?
Not much. Go ahead.
All right. So, couple things. Obviously, this Mayweather Pacquiao crap, keeps going on. But to me, what's happening is, it's what used to happen with Don King. Back in the day, we used to talk about Ali. We used to talk about the big heavyweights. But at the end of the day, it was basically Don King, just dominating everything on the heavyweight and on the boxing world. What's happening right now is that, Al Heyman and Bob Arum, they keep having this fight. And because of them two, Pacquiao and Mayweather don't happen. To me, in my point of view, is that, Pacquiao, it's in a third world country. He could be the next president of the Philippines. He really doesn't need the money, in my opinion, because he has different ways to make money. He has so much power in his country, he can basically move the masses. Now, Mayweather wants to stay in the game, but he wants to be a promoter. So to me, what's happening here is that, Bob Arum and Al Heyman, they're just trying to keep the business for them in the future. It has nothing to do with what's currently happening or what's going to happen if Pacquiao loses or if Mayweather loses. What's going to happen is that whoever stays on the A side, whoever keeps the business, is going to stay on the top of the boxing world. You see? So now that's why they're trying to fight. And to me, that's why Pacquiao is always like telling them, just make the fight happen. I don't care how much I get paid, because he already has his money. He already has his people that's backing him up. But, it's Al Heyman and this other guy that don't let this fight happen, because they just want to keep and control the business, for the years to come. And to me, that's unfair. That's why I don't buy no more pay-per-views for Mayweather or Pacquiao, because they just keep, just robbing people, the fans, man. Bob Arum just put in Algeria in front of Pacquiao. Al Heyman put in Maidana. I mean, like, what's all this crap, dude? I mean, like, I can't keep spending my money, and this promoters damaging the sport. All these people is, just
but there was
listen.
Let's be fair. There was more threat in the Maidana fight than there was in the Algeria fight.
No, that doesn't matter. Listen, you're talking about all-time greats. You feel me? Pacquiao, it's an all-time great. Mayweather's an all-time great. You see, the question is here: why do we have the two best fighters in years and decades? You see, we can put them up in the Hall of Fame with the top fighters. Why they do not fight? That's my question. Why do they? It's because the super promoters, they keep fighting each other and trying to keep the game. They're trying to stay on top of the game. And to me, that's a waste of money. That gets me upset. All of us are talking for hours just because this guy Al Heyman and Bob Arum wanted to stay on top of the business and robbing all of us from our money and from what boxing should be like,
Well, I'll tell you this. You're making a really good point, because if you think about it, Beeb, when Mayweather and Oscar were doing business together, while we always know they always had a very rocky relationship and exchange words, Oscar was always on the side of making Pacquiao Mayweather. He always wanted the fight to happen. Now he's not even in the picture, and we still can't get this fight. So obviously it's a Bob Arum and Al Heyman thing. So
no, listen, and
a Michael Conlon thing. That guy butts in
right.
and everything.
Listen,
no, he makes some excellent points. Good call. Go ahead.
Very good call.
Let me tell you something. To me, like it should what this should come to is that we should not keep on buying pay-per-view. When numbers go down,
I'm a junkie. I can't help it. I'm sick.
It's time to make this fight happen. You hear everybody in every forum saying, "No, we shouldn't be buying pay-per-view." But for real, dude. I mean, like, you can put Algeria, you can put whatever fighter you want. We have two all-time greats here that are supposed to be fighting each other, but it doesn't happen because of Al Heyman and because of Bob Arum. You feel me? And to me, those two, if they were to be put aside, trust me, boxing will be a lot better. The idea now is that they each are, taking a network, against each other. The networks are trying to work together, but the ones that don't want it together is Al Heyman and Bob Arum. So you got a bunch of calls saying that, Bob Arum is, the evil guy. You got a bunch of calls saying that Al Heyman is the evil guy. But, I mean, like, they just want to take the business. Al Heyman is not even a boxing promoter. Before he was a boxing promoter, he does concerts for a living. So he's just robbing us from our money, dude.
The only problem with your theory, though, if people stop buying pay-per-views and the numbers fall down, boxing is not considered a popular sport these days. It's considered a niche sport. If we stop buying pay-per-views and not watching fights, then those of us that follow fights.
Well, here's the thing, Robbie. What could be done instead, like if you didn't want to buy pay-per-views, don't. It's not about don't buy pay-per-view. Period. It's about don't buy the pay-per-views with those two until they do it. And then on top of that, all you got to do is just make sure that you watch and tune in for all the regular HBO and the Showtime events. Then you give those the high ratings, and you show, look, no, this is where the market is moving. This is where you need to move the market, unless you guys are gonna fight each other. And then we might pay for y'all.
To me, we just can't keep talking about who has a better resume. You know, who beat who, or this guy's better, or Jerry, or this guy. I mean, that's nonsense. To be honest, let's go straight to what's happening on boxing. You know, what's happening on boxing is that there's two Mongols that are trying to take over the sport.
Yeah, but see, you know, the problem with that is that, yes, what you're saying may be true, but it doesn't deny the fact that an offer was sent, and if you want the fight, accept it. It's just that simple.
Let me tell you something that caught my attention. If you take a look at the interview that Mayweather had at Showtime, he was like, if Canelo fights, Cotto, he's not going to be able to compete with me and Pacquiao. You see, so what I like about what Oscar did is that he's putting Al Heyman and he's putting Bob Arum on the spot to make this fight happen. You feel me? Why? Because now you have Cotto and you have Canelo that may overshadow, Mayweather. So now Al Heyman is not going to be able to just, put another regular welterweight against Mayweather and, put this big old show so we can keep on buying the pay-per-view. He's going to have to put someone that's going to double the numbers in case these two decide to fight each other, Cotto and Canelo.
Or send an offer to Cotto, have him not sign his contract with Canelo, keep dangling until there's not enough time to promote a fight for Canelo, and then swoop in and fight Amir Khan.
You see, and to me that's garbage. You feel me? Because I really like Amir Khan. He has good fighting, but he has some talent behind him. He needs to go back to Danny Garcia. He needs to go back to other fighters that beat him.
Listen.
Knocked him out.
You sound like Floyd right now, brother.
Say what?
You sound like Floyd right now.
No. I understand. To me, it's just like Pacquiao. Pacquiao should, be fighting Juan Manuel Marquez. But, in a way, I see that, they don't want to make that happen because they're just protecting fighters and they're just protecting money. That's all they're doing. And that's my comment for tonight. And just keep it in mind. I'm not going to keep on buying pay-per-views anymore.
Almost every fighter in the sport goes on the risk versus reward. They calculate that shit to a T so that they have, the best money that's available for the least amount of risk. All of them do it. Every single one of them, just about. There's only a few guys that will go against that grain.
Well, all right, brother.
By the
thanks
way,
for calling.
Before I go, I'll tell you something. Rigo is the next man, dude. The only thing, he's too old. That's the only thing. 33 is too old already.
33. Mayweather's 37, man. Peace. Thanks for calling in, brother. Listen, do not interrupt this last caller because he is the last caller. We've already been on for 3 hours and 31 minutes. So, last caller of the night, 2015. You're going to close out the first show. 3, 1, 2. Might be Fight Doctor again.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Lomachenko, man, you guys were talking about him and Salido. I really think that the reason why he had that decision loss, he took the L against Salido, was because he probably wasn't really ready. That was his first pro fight, but you can't deny his talent. You can't deny his ability, man. He is gonna be a top-notch fighter, though.
Yeah, we can't deny his loss either.
Ness hates Reagan.
He did lose, but I thought it was a close fight.
Yeah, Ness hates him.
He probably
it was. And I will say, like I've been saying, because Beeb's just a hater, after that he's looked very good.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, but you don't listen.
No, I hear that. But what I'm not gonna forget is that he attempted to beat a very good veteran, and he lost.
He did lose.
Yeah, and hey, Tursak John Dang knocked Salido down 5 times, almost knocked him out. So what's Loma's excuse?
I'm just saying you can't judge a fight just based on one fight.
You leave it up to B,
Especially when that
and
was
he
his
almost
first
knocked
fight.
Salido out. Yet Salido's gotten off the
fight,
canvas a bunch of times. He got
I
up
do
off
wanna
the
say
canvas
that
3
as far
times
as
versus
Pacquiao
Garcia and
Mayweather,
still wanted to go on.
The Pacquiao fight and Mayweather is much interesting now because Pacquiao has learned how to box a little bit more. He takes his time a little bit more when he's in that ring. He's not that aggressive, and I think that might be interesting in the fight if it happens now, because I just want to see how the fight's gonna play out based on the styles now. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I mean,
and I'm not even thinking styles or anything until I get confirmation that it's actually happening.
I still have to favor Mayweather, but I think the fight's more competitive than it would have been 5 years ago.
Mayweather was always gonna beat Pacquiao, and he will still beat Pacquiao.
I think so too.
Yeah, I feel that way too. But the thing about Pacquiao is he'll at least go out on the shield. He won't go out,
Yeah,
defense
he's
first.
still on the fucking shield. He's still on the shield from the Marquez fight.
Nah, and I agree with that.
All you got to do is put an apple in his mouth.
That's not nice. You can't say that.
But
That's not
all
nice.
4 of these guys have to get their act together and sign contracts.
Yeah, man.
We got a call.
I think Mayweather has improved as a fighter now too. Before he looked a little bit more thinner. Before, like it looked like somebody could impose their body on him, but now he looks a little bit stronger.
He got Alex Ariza over there, baby.
That's true, and actually I think Ariza played a bigger part than people want to give credit for. That's freaking my fight.
Hey, Bacola, man, thanks for being our last caller of our first 2015 show, brother. We appreciate it. Guys, it's Thursday, so we'll be back Sunday. There's no fights this coming weekend, but there are a couple of fights in January that are going to be pretty good. Notable, of course, on ESPN is going to be Darly Perez taking on Jonathan Marciello in the WBA interim lightweight title fight. Francisco Santana, who once lost to Hank Lundy, he's going to be back in a 10-round versus the dangerous to be announced TBA. Over on Showtime, we're going to have Ian Redchak signed to Lou DiBella. He's going to be fighting Yakubu Amadou. We've seen him before on ESPN. I think he fought the Mitchell guy, right? One of the Stuart Little boys. There's going to be a couple of guys on that card. You're going to have Patrick Day, Alantez Fox. Oh, they're going to be fighting each other. That's a good fight. We're going to get Alantez Fox on the show. He's a pretty good guy. Dusty Harrison's going to be doing the inaugural Rock Nation New York City fight. First fighter to sign to Rock Nation is Dusty Harrison, so we're going to actually do some interviews on him as well. He's going to be in a 10-round welterweight fight. He's a pretty big kid for a welterweight, but his chin is flaky. We'll check him out this time. I don't know. Fox Sports 1 is what's going to televise this, and it's going to be the return of Terriano Johnson. Man, we might just have to do a couple of interviews because Terriano's back in action, and he's an action-packed guy. I remember him from the Stevenson fight. And over on Saturday on Unimas, we got Jesse Magdaleno already getting back in action early versus Eric Ruiz in an 8-round junior featherweight fights. You know, Jesse Magdaleno, pretty good guy. Been fighting, I guess, mediocre opposition, but looking good doing it. On BN Sports, the network of the year in 2014, in my opinion, is going to be having Javier Mendoza versus Mauricio Fuentes in a 10-round Nelta fight. Flyweight fight. Well, that is your upcoming schedule for January. We'll be back hopefully Sunday. I'm not sure. Maybe between here and there, Mayweather farts or Pacquiao picks his nose and we got something to talk about. See you guys Sunday.